Dopey.
Two guys that hate each other.
Just shut your mouth.
I hate them.
Shut up.
Don't be unkind.
Shut up, bitch.
Oh, very nice.
Shut the fuck up.
You're a fine bunch of bullies, aren't you?
I'm Opie.
I could give a fuck. I'm Jim Norton, and I'm on the radio.
Shut up.
The Opie and Anthony Show. It's all about fun, fun, fun.
I'd love to spit in your face.
I will fucking kill you.
Shut up, stupid.
I'm just a zilch, and I know it.
Who cares? We're trying to do a fucking radio
I know what we're trying to do. I'm sitting here across from you. I understand that.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
Despicable asshats.
These dummies that work for us. You guys stink.
Ben looks like a tall baby.
Always laughing in the wrong places. Ben, where's the coffee?
You rock.
Hopefully he's going through a car wash with his mouth open.
And there's Steve.
Steve is a piece of garbage.
And you stink.
You are cordially invited to a robbery rape.
This is family entertainment.
This show is a disaster.
Opie and Anthony Show.
If you have any poo, fling it now.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road. Here I am.
I know a thing or two about a thing or two.
What's happening? This is the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio.
Hello, exactly.
Hello, exactly.
Hello, exactly.
It's the O&A virus spreading across America. Slowly but surely.
I have a sneeze gearing up.
Yeah?
Won't come out. Just sits there, kind of behind your eyeballs. Hate that.
Stare right at that light.
Yeah. There ain't no light. No, that one?
Yeah, go ahead.
You need like the sun.
No.
Get your
Sunlight.
face right up in it.
Yeah.
It's past. It's gone now.
No, just dip the lamp toward your nose.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, you'll sneeze like crazy.
See a nice big bright spot until noon?
Yeah. Burn out your retina.
Yeah. A retina tattoo.
We have so much to do today. So much to do.
Oh, no. You make it sound like work, and now I want to go home.
I want to go home.
I want to go home.
I want to go home. No, we really have a lot to do.
Yes.
Very important news. Jen's lap dance. Jen and Vince Vaughn are an item, I guess, because the New York Post is telling us so.
Wow.
Hot kiss for new love.
That's front page of the Post.
Front page of the Post.
Slow news day.
Screw Saddam Hussein on trial.
That seems to be his whole take on it, so why not the Post?
Screw Hurricane Wilma. One of the most powerful storms ever.
It ain't near us yet.
Who
Just
cares?
Hitting a few Mexicans right now. Who cares, right?
Bono meeting Bush. Who cares?
What could they possibly talk about?
It's all about Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn. The big kiss.
I love that song you do, that One. That's a great song. A song about freedom. Al Qaeda.
Shut up.
We've got to stay the course.
Shut up.
Bono, how did Bono not just punch him in the face?
Streets have no name, kind of like in Iraq.
Yeah,
Because it blew them all up.
We're trying to get him in there. Main Street, USA. That'd be a good street in Baghdad.
Shut up.
And
how did Bush not punch Bono? Both of them just duke it out because they both, they both just hate each other and what each other stand for.
Yeah, there's an opposite thing.
Yeah, Bono doesn't have any sort of a god complex at this point, does he?
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
I guess when you sell out like Giant Stadium 900 million times, the only other rush you can get is like save the world.
Save the world. That's what they, you're absolutely right. That's kind of the next step. They're so bored with what they've done their whole life because they've reached the pinnacle. People like Madonna, same thing.
Yeah, how many times can you be called a genius?
Yeah.
you are so, the music, and you've stayed over the years. You're able to adapt and stuff. Yeah, I'm
Two
marvelous.
groupies blowing him, and he's like nodding off.
Yeah.
What happened?
How many blowjobs does this make, guys? We lost count, Bono. All right. I really got to save the world or something. It's just Super Bono with a cape. She just become a superhero.
That's like
What's
Oprah.
left?
She's trying to save the world now.
Yeah.
She's actually trying. She's trying to fill the void of never having kids, and now she's trying to raise all of us.
raise everybody
nation.
else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oprah for president.
God, that's so.
Yes,
so
talks about
accurate.
relationships. It's like you've never been married.
Yeah.
But I have a TV show. That means I'm qualified.
She's an expert.
I'm a billionaire.
All right. Well, apparently people want to listen to people like that. They tune in and buy the books she requests. Take
like
her
she's
advice.
reading all of. It's
every single one of those books she reads through. Do you think she's just laying in bed in this palatial bedroom, just thumbing?
She's not reading any of them.
This is interesting.
No, she's got an assistant that just gives her the Cliff Notes.
She's got a room full of college interns.
Yeah.
That she pays no money, I bet.
What's this book about? Oh, Oprah. It was very good. Okay.
She's got a chart on the wall that says Oprah's sensibilities, and it has to hit 8
8
out of 10.
It's got to hit the criteria.
Checklist to move to the next level.
It's like, oh, good. Okay, I like that.
To
give her an
recommend
outline.
how many books do you have to read? It's actually recommend one.
Yeah.
To the whole country. You have to read at least 8 to 10 of them. She's holding up a 300-page book every 10 days. It's like 3,000 pages.
And she never gets a lemon where she comes on her show and goes, I read 10 books, and all of them stunk.
Yeah. While starring and producing in my own show, running a magazine, and going to award shows, I'm reading 3,000 pages every 10 days.
And they all stunk, so I can't recommend one this time around.
No.
All right. You want to hear some Bush clips with Bono?
Oh, we got some?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, we got a couple clips from Bush meeting
Great
Bono.
job. Great job. We'll stay the course. Shut up.
Let's play the first one here. U2 frontman Bono stopped by the White House for lunch with President Bush.
Hello. Bono and President Bush had lunch for nearly 2 hours in a private dining room off the Oval Office. White House Press Secretary Scott McClellan says they discussed debt relief, AIDS, malaria, and world trade. Bono told Rolling Stone magazine before the meeting he wasn't afraid to meet the president or any world leader. He says they should be afraid to meet him because he represents the poor and he's throwing a punch.
What?
Bono's lunch with the president wasn't completely full of heavy issues. McClellan says the two also discussed rock and roll because U2 are in Washington on tour. Margie Zarletta, Washington.
He's absolutely not representing the poor.
He represents the poor, Bono.
I went to a U2 show recently. He's not representing the poor.
No.
We're getting poor by going to see U2. Ticket prices are outrageous.
The poor. That is the most outrageous statement I've ever heard.
He's not
that Bono
representing
represents
the poor.
Yeah.
You know how much it costs to go to a U2 show these days?
I know. When was the last time he was poor? 1981?
Yeah. Send Tippy Tom to the White House to talk to Bush. That's a guy representing the poor. That is the homeless guy. Send some homeless dude to the White House.
I couldn't represent the poor. I've been middle class my whole life. I don't know what it's like to be poor.
Not poor. No.
This guy's flying around in a private jet representing the poor all over the world. That's great.
And talking about malaria? Like, what? He's the champion of malaria now, too? What is that? Isn't that cured or something? I don't know. Who gets malaria?
If there's still an area that gets malaria, they deserve it at this point.
I mean, come on.
Some of these diseases, if they're still happening out there.
And what's Bush going to do about, mosquitoes?
Right.
And stuff. Hey, President, we have to get rid of the fucking mosquitoes. The fucking mosquitoes.
These are just photo ops.
I got my plate's a little full, Bono. Plate's a little full right now.
I like how it just kind of, the whole conversation just ends into what the fuck they wanted to talk about anyways. Like, they start talking about rock and roll, and he showed them, where the red button was.
Yeah.
It's where if I got to launch a nuclear missile, I go here. Here's my hotline. Soviet Union used to give them a call if we had a problem.
We send the groupies in. I get groupies too. I can relate.
How do you think those meetings go down? They just they're face to face and they nod a lot, and then Bono leaves, and then Bush just goes next.
Yeah.
Is anything really accomplished by Bono meeting the president of the United States?
Well, at what point did these entertainers all of a sudden have this level of credibility? It's like Ben Affleck to go to the Pentagon today and discuss the Iraqi war.
Did it start with Elvis and Nixon? Because I know Elvis and Nixon.
Well, that was a biggie.
What's going on? A mic is on somewhere?
I don't know.
I hear Steve.
Oh, I hope Steve
Let's
talks.
see what they're talking about.
Okay, Steve. Think he's going to talk smack on us?
I hope so. There's, I don't know. Maybe there's a wireless mic out there or something.
It's weird.
Anyway, why are we hearing
Steve's conversation?
Steve perfectly clear? Is there a wireless mic on out there? Is there a wireless mic?
Steve, why were we hearing you?
And what were you talking about?
He's got a booming voice, so.
No, it wasn't one of those, like...
Now look at Steve looking up at the ceiling like looking for a
Is it
wire.
bugged?
Is there a...
There's the thing is on top of the ceiling.
What is?
Smoke detector?
The transmitter for the wireless is on top of the
wireless,
ceiling.
but was a mic on?
If you guys heard me, probably, but...
Yeah, it was. What were you saying?
There's an outside mic on?
Oh, I was just telling Eric that the assault promos were on his console.
Very good.
We'll get into the assault on the media thing. Holy crap, we'll get into it.
Yeah,
it's taken on a new level, I guess.
Yeah, someone actually started taking our advice and just carrying on a little conversation.
Yeah, but first we want to finish this conversation. So you were talking about Nixon and...
Yeah, Nixon and Elvis.
Right.
I know. I don't know. I think it might have started there because Elvis was invited to the White House by Richard Nixon.
Yeah.
It was part of Nixon's plan to help out getting the kids off drugs. This is just the dumbest. Like, you think Bush is stupid?
Boy, that helped.
You think Bush is stupid? Like a lot of the stuff he does. Some of the older presidents, some of the stuff they did was just ridiculously stupid. He thought Elvis would be a great way to get the kids. Like, that was Nixon's idea of who the kids enjoyed at that time. You know, early 70s around there. Was Elvis Presley. So he invites him in and actually makes him an honorary member of the DEA. Gave him a badge and everything, where he had a drug enforcement agency badge. And Elvis would go around and make traffic stops. He would stop people and be like, you know, hi, I'm Elvis Presley. I'm a member of the DEA, you know, to drive safe. You know, people would freak out like, holy shit.
Give me drugs.
Elvis just, you got any drugs on you? Because I really need some. I'm hurting real bad. And
I need them, man. This doesn't look like Tylenol.
What is this here? And he was that was like I think he was like one of the first presidents to kind of use celebrity.
Yeah.
And then they all realized that celebrities were kind of the way to get to the American people. American people like celebrities. If I like that celebrity, put two and two together, then the people are going to like me.
I think celebrities should just shut up and perform for us. You know.
Well, a lot of them do, but
my favorite thing. Favorite thing is when one of these high-profile movies come out, all of a sudden the actor that's in the movie is now an expert on that topic.
Oh, that.
Holy shit, that drives me nuts.
That started with Kung Fu. David Carradine.
David Carradine actually thought he was a Kung Fu expert.
He didn't know a goddamn thing about it. He just
was raised by those monks or whatever the hell they were.
He was a white man with squinty eyes, and that's how he got the part.
Right.
And all of a sudden, he knows how to throw like
He was a Shaolin warrior.
Oh, yeah.
But they're on all the news programs as an expert now on this topic just because they're making a movie on this.
Yeah.
And then as soon as the movie leaves the theaters, they're not an expert on that anymore. They're now an expert on something new.
Any of these actors or actresses, when they're being interviewed on that topic, and they sit there and say, well, she's such a strong woman, and she has taught me so much. It's the character they're playing.
Yeah.
And they carry on as if it's a completely real person. You know, I learned so much from her, and she's so much stronger than I am. And
yeah.
You're playing the part.
Shut up!
Stop it! Oh, I can't
so
want
horrendous.
to strangle the person more.
Shut up and tell us who you're fucking. That's all we care about.
That's it. It's
you.
you.
Know, I was glad the shoot was over because I just couldn't go to those emotional places.
Right.
Yeah. It was too painful.
It's too painful for me. You know, there are some characters that I play that it takes me months to really get out of it and stop feeling that emotion. I was. Stop it. Stop it. Do you think for a minute when I was working that I would leave a house and go, you know, for months I thought, I just hope the air's coming out cold enough out of that air conditioning system because I went in there and installed it and those people, it's a hot day and if they weren't feeling cool, it's a job. You're playing a part. That's what your job is, idiot. and sit there and dwell on the fact that I was a soldier and my friends died, man, and I felt the sorrow. And
Yeah, you did.
you know what it
sure
is?
you did.
There are a couple of actors out there who are just complete psychos, and I believe it, but they never say that shit.
No.
It's always like the cheeseball, like, you know.
Yeah,
sure.
Somebody in, like, Speed Part 2, literally.
Christian Slater
You're
or
still
something.
obsessed
or
with Speed Part
I know.
2.
I just had to be in a boat for, like,
Yeah,
at some point during the day for the next 3 months.
I couldn't even go on a cruise, man. You know, afterwards, after our rap party, we were all going to go on a cruise, and I couldn't do it because the boat hitting that land, cutting it in half.
I like when an actor, like, gains weight for a part.
Yeah.
And they act like it's fucking amazing. Like, you put on 20 pounds for that role. It's like, dude, gaining weight is the easiest fucking thing to do. Everybody in America is doing it right now. You eat shit food, and you don't exercise.
Probably the easiest thing you could do as a human.
Yeah,
Is gain weight.
It's gain weight. And then they always go anytime. I like when anytime.
It's impressive when they go the other way, though. Like,
the other way, yeah, big
like
time.
Christian Bale and
The Machinist
Holy crap!
is ridiculous. The guy looks like he weighs, I don't know, 90 pounds.
Yeah, 100. I think it was like 100 and.
Because he's a big guy too. He's not
pounds or something, but he's 6 something.
Yeah, he's a big guy, and he got down to where he looked like a concentration camp.
Oh yeah, that was brutal.
Unbelievable.
But you were saying
there's all that shit like, or like when somebody pretty doesn't wear like any makeup, and they'll be like, I was so courageous.
Yeah.
So brave.
What movie was that? Goddamn.
Oh, you know what it was? It was the Charlize Theron one where she played that. She played the
animal
monster
serial killer.
Yeah, the serial killer.
One of the worst movies I ever saw.
You didn't like that one?
No, you know I liked it right in the beginning where the dude's trying to kill her and she snaps and she fucking kills him. And right there, I'm about ready to give it a standing ovation. Like, this is going to be the greatest fucking movie I have ever seen. Never seen the girl be the psycho serial killer.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, they started to, like, try to make excuses as to why she was killing these people.
Yeah.
And that it was, and all he had all, like, these cartoon character, like, mean chauvinistic guys. Like at one point, she's a fucking hooker, and somehow not only does she get an interview to be a lawyer, she gets in there with the head guy, gets past the secretary, and then it's just this. And that would just be totally, in real life, socially awkward. Like, sweetie, you haven't gone to law school or anything. But no, not this guy. Yeah. He's like, let me tell you something, you dumb broad. Yeah. You ain't ever going to be a fucking lawyer, because I got a dick, and you got a cunt. So why don't you fucking let me stick it in your ass and then get out of this office, because I'm a guy. And that's why you're killing people. It was
man.
It was so fucking irritating. It's like, when you saw, like, Dahmer, did you ever see that?
Yeah.
At no point did they make any excuses as to why he was
to
a
try
creep,
to get some sympathy for the character.
It wasn't any point like, you know, my uncle shoved a tuna fish sandwich up my ass when I was a kid, and that's ever since then I confused food with violence.
Yeah.
And then I feel bad for him. No, he was a maniac.
God damn, that law office scene is so perfect. Yeah, because any normal guy would be like, your resume, you really don't have anything here. Sorry, but they had to go the Lifetime movie route, where because anytime you watch a movie on Lifetime, it's like that.
An original Lifetime exclusive starring Marky Post.
And she comes in, and there's the caricature guys. She'll always hook up with a guy that romances her, and he's so nice. And then either after they get married or decide to move in together, the guy turns into, hey, get in the kitchen, you fucking whore, punching her in the face, and she's got to, pour kerosene on him while he's sleeping and strike that match.
Exactly. Because you know what it is with guy stuff? Our shit is so on the surface because we don't have, there's nothing subtle about us. Their stuff is all like, underground, and you can't see it. They're sitting there literally across from you in a restaurant, knowing what buttons to push. They're dialing like 1-800-MINDFUCK in your head, and then you lunge across the table with like a bread knife, and then all of a sudden they just carry him on. She just sits there all,
I was sitting here.
Yeah, life comes out of my crotch. I'm a daffodil. And you have like and the dude's coming out, no, that bitch said, and that's it. The bouncer always goes right for the guy.
Right. She's pushing the buttons like crazy.
That's very good.
Oh, yeah. I'd be the worst bouncer ever. Hey, I'd be like the reverse. I'd be going up behind the women with like a chloroform rag.
Yeah.
Just knocking them out and dragging them out.
She goes, the movie Monster, too. She's in the car with the friggin' guy. She's a hooker. And he's like, fuck you, bitch. Suck my dick. Oh, he's not treating her like a lady?
Yeah.
He's mouthing off to her. Perhaps he's a little unstable. Sure he is, but,
But you
she's
are
a hooker. You're in a car
Yeah.
with some guy. Oh, God.
No,
man.
it was guy's fault.
Yeah. Always the guy.
I mean, no, that's how it works.
We
They
have-
call you a bitch, and you can blow their heads off, and
Right.
it's justified.
We have another clip from Bono meeting the president. As we move
He's-
on. Sorry, Derek, go ahead.
He's someone who has a lot of influence and is committed to helping people who are in need and lifting people out of poverty and helping those who are suffering from AIDS. And those are priorities that the president shares.
Oh, okay, that's Scott McKellen, the White House press secretary,
Yes.
talking about Bono and how Bush appreciates Bono's efforts on behalf of the world's poor.
Appreciate it.
Appreciating, that means nothing.
No, it means nothing.
I appreciate you.
They're
It means
worlds
nothing.
apart.
It's
They're
just
worlds apart.
appreciating something. It's just one of those words that is overused and means absolutely nothing.
There's an air breather, walks on land. I could, we're just about the same type of people.
That's hilarious to be meeting with Elvis.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the
In
Elvis
1960.
meeting.
That's like meeting with the lead singer, like the Fine Young Cannibals right now.
Yeah,
You got to get the youth.
To get the young people.
Eric in New York, what's up?
Hey, good morning, boys.
Morning, Eric.
It took a lot of balls for Demi Moore to shave her head in G.I. Jane, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Very courageous of her to do that.
She's
Like
all
that
about the
ain't
look.
growing back.
All right.
Yeah, give me $10 million for a movie. I'd shave my head.
Yeah.
But I'm sure somebody would sit her down and go, "What were you thinking? Shaving your head? Oh my God!"
Well, when I get into a role,
Yeah.
then she'd launch into that like she never did St. Elmo's Fire.
Uh,
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not
General
bad.
Hospital.
Yeah,
She was in General Hospital, wasn't she? And then she's got to talk about with that same movie, G.I. Jane. Well, it was a little rough at first, but after a while, I was just one of the guys just hanging out because it was just me and a set full of guys, and we were...
One of the guys, sure, with
One of
those
the guys.
even like
luscious tits.
Yeah.
the psycho shape that they get into. It's like you have a personal trainer, personal chef, all that type of stuff, and it's just like, yeah, if I had like the stress of knowing that I was going to take off my shirt,
Yeah.
and my pasty torso was going to be showing in front of the whole country,
Yeah.
that would be enough motivation. The humiliation if you're even remotely out of shape.
And that's part of your job that day, or for the period of time that you're doing that movie. Part of your job is getting into that shape. So it's not like you have to leave work early or before you work you're going to the gym like normal people do. That's part of it. I'm sure on the set was a gym for her and the trainer, and they'd do that in the morning, and then she'd go and shoot some stuff. Yeah, it's never as rough.
The
as they
personal
wanna
chef,
make
like
it sound.
that whore that you live with.
Right, my personal
is
chef.
Really, that's the biggie because you don't have to think anymore.
Right.
If you're driving down
Yeah.
the street, there's no, I should go to McDonald's and just
No.
shove, a salad in your face, maybe take their tits out like at your
That,
house.
that never happens. She is a responsible married woman who just comes and cooks healthy food.
What about that story you were telling off the air, though? Remember that one, Opie?
The one that had nothing
You know,
to do
Bill,
with a cook that comes over my house?
Let me tell you something, Bill. Usually I would jump on the bandwagon and I would help you out in this situation. But my friend Anthony just bought a shotgun.
You better watch it, Pally. Better watch where you go now. I am an armed citizen. I am part of the armed citizenry of this country now.
My
friend.
pal Anthony bought a shotgun.
I bowed under to the pressure of the media scare tactics, Opie. I'm
That's right.
admitting it. They were scaring us here in New York. They're frightening the people with all these home invasions. They're home. There's a picture of me I put up on the website for
Is that
people
your
to Photoshop. Yeah.
That's your actual gun?
That's my shotgun. Go to the other one that shows me and my rapier. I let people Photoshop.
What the hell is wrong with you?
There's me and my rapier and my shotgun.
Are these pictures
They've already
up?
put pictures. Yeah, they've already cut that one out and put me fighting Errol Flynn in a movie, which is really funny. They put me in
Hilarious.
action movies. It's hysterical what they do with the Photoshop.
Back up just slightly for the new listeners. We're gaining new listeners every day.
Yes.
That's how Anthony used to defend himself.
That was
with
my
his
rapier, and that was my only means of home defense.
He lives on Long Island, and there's an epidemic out there, Bill. You were in Seattle when we were talking about this yesterday.
I
Bill
live
Burr
in Nassau
studio.
County.
And there's they're all about the home invasions out there right now.
The one with me just holding the shotgun, I want someone to Photoshop me just in an action figure box. Doesn't that look like an action figure?
It looks like it's already Photoshopped, like you were holding something else in your hand.
And they put a gun in there.
Wow, that's pretty impressive, man. What kind of gun is that?
That is great. That is my Remington. I got my Remington Tactical. So the same gun the Border Patrol agents use, so I know it can shoot Mexicans.
He bought the gun when you don't know how to shoot. You get the shotgun. Just kind of spray it in that general area.
No, for home defense, you want the shotgun. A lot of people have a lot of different ideas about that. But it's got the little flashlight right on the pump. I hit a button on the pump, and the flashlight comes on, and anything that's in the flashlight is getting hit. It's wonderful.
Holy crap.
It's a wonderful weapon.
But isn't it
Turn
like...
the flashlight on and shoot.
That's it.
That's how easy it is.
And if
you can see it, you can kill it.
That's it. That's their selling point. And if you see my rapier there, I can take his ear when I'm done. I just cut it right off and hang it up on the wall.
Well, the pictures are up on opieandanthony.com, but just to explain to Bill, there's home invasions happening in Nassau
County,
where
home
Anthony
invasions
lives.
Going crazy.
Pretty much in Anthony's area, more or less.
Yeah, it's in the area that I live in. Now, it's gangs, believe it or not, that are coming from Long Island. There are Long Island gangs. The M18
coming from New York.
No, some of them are out on Long Island in Brentwood.
Well, the fat guys are coming from New York, though.
But the fat guys, there's a gang called the Fat Guys. They're out of Manhattan. Then there's the M18, and then there's the M-something 13.
MS-13?
MS-13. These are like gangs that have come up from South America.
It's a gang of guys that have MS?
Yeah, they're kind of easy to hit. Police right now, there's a task force and a bounty, a $10,000 reward for information leading to the capture of these bandits in Nassau County. Police yesterday revealed there was another home break-in Tuesday.
That must be white people. They're white gangs?
No, these are
bandits.
No, bandits. They put the kerchief around their
people
mouth.
People of color are called hoodlums.
Hoodlums.
If they're white, they're bandits.
You know,
maybe that's Mexican.
Yeah, Mexican. They're South American. They come from South America. They
have that X of bullets in front of them.
Yeah,
they come
like banditos. That's what they should call them. Big sombreros.
Hey, gringo.
What do you have in here? And they always, especially in the movies, they never seem like it's going to be trouble when you first come up on them. Hey, amigo, what are you doing here? They're sitting around the campfire. You just happen to ride up, and you think everything's
good. You want some agua?
Well, I'm just looking for a little water. I think we have some water for you.
Hey, fellas, we have some water.
Hey, those are some big saddlebags you have on your horse. What do you have in? Oh, no, there's going to be trouble. No. They're all dirty. There's a freshly raped woman. Yeah.
She's very nice, senorita?
Very pretty woman. Takes his hat off and bows to her like he's going to be a gentleman.
Couple phone calls coming in. John, go ahead.
Hey, Anthony, I was wondering if you're going to be doing the Lee Harvey Oswald thing, taking pictures of yourselves with your shotgun before you.
Oh, there you go.
That's kind of like what he did.
The pose would go great, photoshopped into the black and white Lee Harvey Oswald picture,
Yeah, I
too.
think the Photoshop's going to go crazy on whackbag.com today.
The one where he's in the backyard with his gun.
The shotgun and his pistol he killed Tippett with. Yeah, exactly.
Very nice. All right, let's say hi to Tony in North Carolina.
Someone put me on the Channel 7 Eyewitness News page. Long Island Police form Home Invasion Task Force, and it's me with my shotgun.
Radio shock jock Anthony Cumia will be heading up the task force. He is quoted as saying, "I am on Swoogie Patrol."
Oh, God. So, I bought into it and went down to find folks down at Coliseum Guns down there, right in Uniondale, right across from the Nassau Coliseum.
Anthony was a little paranoid yesterday there, Bill. He was starting to feel like he really needed to protect himself.
They break into the houses. Here's what they do. They're roving little gangs. At about 3 in the morning or so, they break in to your house. You're awakened to a gun in your face. And they tie, here's their M.O. so far. They tie up the family with the phone cords, anything they could get their hands on. Then they ransack the place, rip you off, and leave after maybe working you over a little bit. One guy the other day, the male homeowner had an NYPD shirt on, but he wasn't a cop. It's one of those guys that just buy the NYPD shirts, and they went bullshit on him. They beat him up a little bit, asking him, "Where's the gun, motherfucker? Where's the gun?" Assuming he was a cop and had a gun. So they worked him over.
I'm just a tourist.
Yeah,
That's what we
I
said.
bought it after 9/11.
Yeah, I
showing
had
some support.
I have an FDNY shirt too. It's not like I'm putting out fires, guys. Could you not pistol whip me? And yeah, so I'm hearing all these home invasions right around my area too, which is a little frightening. So I figured I'd rearm myself. I've had guns my whole life. I've just been through a period of time when I was living in Brooklyn.
And the shotgun's the easiest, just to pull that out underneath the pillow?
Shotgun. Well, the easiest would probably be a handgun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But you gotta wait 7 months to get a handgun.
Oh, you want to kill people period. Now?
Well, that's what happened in the gun store I went into, Coliseum Guns. A guy was buying a pistol, so the sales guy takes his ID and stuff and goes upstairs, comes back down, and he goes, "All right, well, come back 3 days." The guy had his waiting period, come back and we'll go through the rest of this. And the guy did the Simpsons line from the Homer line from the Simpsons. He goes, "But I'm mad now." They're joking down at the gun store. It's hysterical. He goes, "But I'm mad now." And then one of the guys that work there was saying, he goes, "What can I help you with?" I go, "I need shotgun home security." And he goes, "Boy, are we selling these like hotcakes." He goes, he sold about 8 of them in the past 2 days, 8 shotguns. And he goes, yesterday some woman came in with an 80-year-old lady, and they both walked out with shotguns. An 80-year-old woman toting some heat.
God bless America.
That's right, God damn it. I loved an armed citizenry, because here's when the home invasions will stop going up. They're going up right now. They're going up. Here's when they'll start tapering off. The first one of these motherfuckers that are laying dead in someone's living room because, oops, wrong house, and they get shot. Because now it's just easy pickings. No one's fighting back at all. They leave their doors open.
Doesn't that make them up the ante?
No. It really makes them go. What happens is there was a gang of guys that are ripping these houses.
No research in this.
No, we got a mic in front of us.
We got a mic in front of us.
Hear this mic?
Doesn't work this
We're experts.
That's all it takes.
Here's what happens.
If you want to be an expert at home, just get a microphone.
You get a gang. They start ripping off these places. It makes the news. Now you get other people sitting back on, something?
Look how easy this is.
These guys have been getting away with this every single time. Why don't we just go around, check some open doors, look around garages, windows, and start breaking in? These people don't even fight back. And it's worked. And now these things are they're getting more often. More, can I use the word brazen? More brazen. I love that word.
Oh, very nice.
And it's just going to take
daylight hours for it to be brazen.
It would. Brazen would have to be daylight. You're right. 3 in the morning isn't very brazen. Through an open window, unarmed house. That's not brazen at all, is it?
There's nothing brazen about that.
Daylight, robbing a precinct.
Let me ask you.
That's brazen.
At what point can you shoot them and it's like it's okay?
If they're walking down the street in my neighborhood and they're of any color but white, then you are completely within your rights to shoot him.
Self-defense?
It is self-defense. He intended to rob somebody. Is pretty much it. I believe the law goes, if you feel that your life is in danger, you can then use deadly force.
Is that gray?
It's kind of gray. There are some real specifics you have to stick to. But it really is, if you feel, doesn't even have to actually be that your life is threatened. If you feel your life is being threatened, you can take that person's life. You can use deadly physical force. If someone's in your house, if they don't show a weapon, they're in your house, but they are menacing you, your family, and you feel that you are in danger of being killed, you can kill that person. Oh, it'll go through a grand jury and all that shit, It's not going to be like they come back, pat you on the back, and go, "All right, sir, here's your gun."
It's not like the end of Bonanza.
There's always shit. No, and then whoever you shot, if they don't die, you probably got a lawsuit on your hands. If they do die, you probably got a family lawsuit on your hands where some lawyer will come out of the woodwork and say this poor individual was just looking for blah, blah, blah. He was drunk. He was on drugs. He thought it was the wrong house. He needed this, that, the other. There's always problems.
Flat.
But the bottom line is it's much better to have to deal with that than it is having to deal with the memory of your wife or girlfriend being raped in front of you,
Has that
you
happened
being
yet?
shot. In these cases of
Yeah.
home invasions, no.
That's a
There's
very
been some assault.
irresponsible statement he just made.
No, because now I'm
never know
just
what they're
with
gonna
his
do, though.
microphone.
like it hasn't happened on Long Island. Like there's never been a home invasion with a rape involved or a murder. It's much better to have to deal with that. I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6, my friend, if I may quote somebody from Alabama.
So congratulations, Anthony.
I am an armed citizen. Don't fuck with me, Buster.
Yeah, and the pictures are up on opieandanthony.com. A very, very impressive
you might want to shoot a few times. Dude, it's not like this isn't me running into a gun store never shooting before. I've probably shot more guns than somebody that's been in the Army. Believe me. My whole youth was spent shooting weapons. That's all I did as a kid. My 13th birthday, I got a pistol. My father bought me a pistol and a girl for my 13th birthday. That's what I got. I got laid and got to shoot a gun off after it.
I got a 10-speed bike.
You knew we had one of those raccoon, those Davy Crockett hats.
Oh yeah,
because that was the hit show when he was 18.
I was not
in 1955.
I was not watching Davy Crockett. I had a cowboy hat though. It was like in a very equestrian area.
All right,
I
calm
grew
down.
up in.
Calm down.
And I had the whole schmear. And I got a holster, nice low slung holster. I had my 6 gun that I got for my birthday, and I saddled up my horse and went out there and I did some shooting. That's what I did.
All right.
And it was nonstop shooting ever since.
We really should take a break. We have so much show to do.
Yes, we do.
We have Bill Burr in studio. Sounds like you got a little cold, though, Bill.
Oh, yeah. Flying all over this fucking...
Last we saw Bill, he was doing our show, and then, he had luggage, and he went to Seattle, and then he came back the same day. You never slept in Seattle, right?
No, I ended up coming back, and when we landed, the second we landed, some lady just started crying hysterically. It sounded like a baby at first.
Get out of here.
And because it was muffled in a coat, and then I kind of looked up, it was 2 rows, and fucking wailing.
When you landed?
Yes, all of a sudden it just started wailing.
Was she petrified?
That's what all the stewardess were asking.
Why?
They came over, ma'am, what is the problem? What's the problem? She was like, wah! Screaming, just wailing. And then they go, what is the problem? She goes, call 911, and started wailing. Then she just kept yelling, where is Frank? 90 fucking times. I don't know if this dude died.
How do you lose someone on a plane?
Well, there's a whole movie about that.
I didn't know if she just landed and she was going to a funeral. It was this weird thing where it was just like the pain in her voice. So you had this fucked up combination of empathy for her and then also could you please shut the fuck
up? Yeah.
At least she waited until you guys landed. If it was in mid-flight,
yeah. Oh, it was awful. Then
imagine mid-flight and they can't calm her down. What a nightmare that would have been.
So then we end up pulling to the gate and ask everybody to. Trying to say in the most friendly voice ever as she's sitting there wailing, and everyone can hear it. When we pull up to the little jetway, could everybody just remain in your seats? A few of the passengers have to get off early. Yeah. I'm going to guess it's the person wailing, asking for Frank. And they just stood her up, and the stewardess, backed her way out as this woman just had her arms draped around her neck.
Wow.
Some broken-hearted 16-year-old. Yeah.
Where's Frank?
There was a medical emergency. And we were over Wisconsin. So I'm I said a little prayer. Please don't let them have a heart attack, and please don't let them land this fucking thing. Keep going.
But nobody was carried off the plane in a stretcher or anything. So everyone's fine on the plane, but somehow she freaked out.
Wailing.
Wow. Wailing when you landed.
That is
And what
weird.
was the medical emergency? You ever find out?
No, there was EMT. I don't know what his deal was.
Huh.
That's weird.
It was a weird flight.
All right.
Wacky, wild stuff happening on JetBlue.
Wild. Hey, how about those planes?
Oh, we got this? That's good, too. All right, we got so much to do. When we come back, we might have a new leader in the Assault on the Media contest, and it was really, really good.
Yeah.
And then when I was at baggage claim.
Sorry. Oh, that's interesting. The video's up on opieandanthony.com if you want to get a head start on the Assault on the Media thing. As we go to break, it's the fine president singing U2 Sunday Bloody Sunday. This makes sense today.
Yes.
Good pickup by Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Bush and Bono met. And we were playing this back, 6 months ago or so.
Yep.
Some guy took Bush's speeches and got the words to Sunday Bloody Sunday and made this. Check it out.
There's been a lot of talk about this next song. This song is not a rebel song. The song Sunday, Bloody Sunday. I can't believe the news today. Can't close my eyes and make it go away. How long? How long must we sing this song? How long? Too long. For too long. Tonight, we can be as one. Tonight. Broken bottles under children's feet. Bodies strewn across the dead man's teeth. But I won't heed the battle call. It puts my back up against the wall. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Let's roll. And the battle's just begun. This many lost, and tell me who has won. Defenses does within our hearts. Mothers, children, brothers, sisters, torn apart. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. How long? How long must we sing this song? How long? Too long. For too long. Tonight, we can be as one. Tonight. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Let's roll. Anyone who wants more details on my agenda can find them online. The web address is not very imaginative, but it's easy to remember. Park.com. Wipe the tears from your eyes. Wipe your tears away. Wipe your tears away. Wipe your tears away. Wipe your bloodshot eyes. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Let's roll. And it's true, not a media. One fact is fiction, and TV reality. And today the millions cry. We eat and drink while tomorrow they die. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show. Your home for good, clean, wholesome family entertainment. Wow.
That is such a long way to go just to say.
It's the Opie and Anthony.
We're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Bill Burr in studio today. BillBurr.com. And Bill Burr on MySpace, right?
Yeah, that Monster Tour event.
Bill showed up to work today, Anthony?
Yeah.
Not one luggage, but two.
Two, yeah.
Two pieces of luggage. One huge bag. I guess that's
I'm on
that's
the
like
road
for how long?
Like the next, I don't know, till like a week from this coming Sunday. I won't be in my.
So that's your whole. That's everything you're going to need for over a week, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he came in double-handed, man, rolling luggage. I'm like, where are you going?
I hate the
Portland,
huge
Maine.
pack.
Portland,
Providence,
Maine.
Rhode Island, then Boston, then Albany, then L.A., then Buffalo, then Virginia, and then Atlanta.
Holy crap.
Oh.
I'm getting tired just listening to that.
You know who had that same itinerary?
Who?
Oh, God, he's going to go back to that.
No, I'm not going to this. Charlie Rocket.
Oh,
come on,
okay.
Opie. Where were you?
Well, I'm distracted because I see your brother out there. He came in with a bunch of the guys from Livewire, and I think it's just Livewire out there, the AC/DC tribute band that's playing our Halloween party. So we're going to talk to Brother Joe.
Oh, I got to see. That was my band when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You got to hear how good these guys are. It's amazing.
Yeah, Joe brought some samples and some samples of some really bad tribute bands.
Right.
And then tribute bands where I don't know why, like, they have a tribute band because no one sees the original person anymore.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a couple of those.
Like the Aha tribute band.
Exactly. No shit.
What?
They have an Aha tribute band.
They had one song.
They had one song.
Take
and that's what they were talking
on
about.
me.
Aha.
Take on me.
Take on me. Anyway.
I like that song.
So we're going to get Brother Joe in
didn't?
here. And
I want to see someone who isn't them sing it.
Ooh,
I'm willing to pay.
You want, maybe
Oh,
that's
crap.
why they maybe
And
that's why
you know it has to be the encore too, because that's the only song people know. You can't open with this. People
I
gotta
heard
leave.
Some
this
bands
the band
will
that
play
Rick-
their hit twice, though.
Didn't Rick
in
say they
concert.
did it twice? Was it this band that they opened with it, and at the end of the night they closed with it?
But they jazzed it up a little bit for the ending.
I'm sure they must just play it for 20 minutes, just because they know everyone's there to hear this song.
Oh yeah, do the whole audience play along? Not
Yeah.
just the left side.
Yeah.
Come on, right side. You got to step it up.
Good stuff.
Woo! Speaking of
Great stuff.
wacky things that happen in concert,
Yeah.
you're talking about them playing this song maybe twice in concert.
Uh-huh.
I once went and saw Paul Simon. It was the You Could Call Me Al days.
Ah, of course.
And I went to the show, and he plays You Could Call Me Al. And he has like 100 musicians on stage, African guys, all sorts of instruments that you've never seen or heard before.
Uh-huh.
And he just blows out You Could Call Me Al, where the whole place is dancing and singing and freaking out, right?
Yeah.
It was like the moment of the Paul Simon show. And the song finally ends, and I'm not lying, it was about a 15-minute song. And all of a sudden, he just looks at the crowd and goes, "What the hell? Let's do it again." And
Are
does
you
the
kidding?
entire fucking thing again.
Like he doesn't have enough songs to do.
So he probably spent close to a half hour on one song, You Could Call Me Al.
That'd piss me off.
But at the time, it was outrageous. Oh, my God, how dare you do that? That's unbelievable. What?
That would really piss me off. Because, you know, he's got all those classics from Simon & Garfunkel that he's not playing because he's got to play this twice.
But he thought he was being, you know, ultra cool by going, what the hell, let's do it again.
And this
Couldn't
just
play
reminds
like
me.
Kodachrome.
Yeah. Play a little Kodachrome. Play a little I'm a rock. I am an island.
50 ways.
50 ways to leave your lover.
How about
Steve
the
Gadd?
boxer?
Right.
Anyway,
Still crazy after all these years.
Anyway, we're going to go in a bunch of different directions here. Imus talking about O&A and shirts once again on
Again
MSNBC.
today.
Yeah.
We love the I-Man.
I guess at this point, Imus is now working for the same company as us. That's the only thing I can figure out.
Is
I
Imus
think he
in
knows
charge of
something we
marketing?
don't. He knows something we don't.
marketing director for the Opie and Anthony show.
He works for Infinity Broadcasting. He's on MSNBC. He does his radio show on TV every morning. And I don't even know how long this has been going on. For over a month, the Brian Wilson character, which is Rob Bartlett,
Yeah.
he's been wearing my brother's Opie and Anthony Spread the Virus T-shirt, which you can get by going to opieandanthony.com. And Imus is obsessed with us and the stupid shirts that we have out there.
He's a big fan. You gotta appreciate that from a true radio legend.
So we just got some audio handed to us of Imus talking about the show and my brother's T-shirts again. Here it is.
How's Opie and Anthony doing, by the way? I see you have their T-shirt on.
I don't know. How are you, Opie? O&A Party Rock XM 202.
Someone in my family stole my Opie and Anthony T-shirt, and they're on XM Satellite Radio. You can't get another Opie and Anthony T-shirt. Well, you can, But you have to get a hold of Opie's brother.
It's a process.
And Opie's brother, what's his brother's name? Do you know?
Elmo.
Elmo. You have to get a hold of Opie's brother, Elmo. What were their parents thinking about, by the way? Opie and Elmo. Anyway, you have to get a hold of Elmo.
His sister, Betty Bumperjack.
And who the hell knows where Elmo is? But Elmo, he eventually will send you the shirt. So
yeah, you just got to meet him with cash in an alleyway.
But you have to pay for the shirt ahead of time, and then I guess what he does is he makes them once he gets the money. So how much are they? About $19, $20, something like that, or more?
Well, it depends. Double XL. Got that fat boy surcharge.
Anyway, 28 after the hour.
God damn, Imus, thank you. Thank you
funny.
so much. He's really helping.
Elmo, what the hell were their parents thinking?
He's really helping us out. He's promoting us on his show. He doesn't give a fuck. That's why we love the guy.
Yep.
He doesn't listen to Infinity Broadcasting.
Yeah.
He doesn't listen. He does his own thing.
He's not a pussy. The guy can take some fun, some ribbing, some fun, good-natured ribbing.
And he's right about my brother. My brother's like, he barely leaves his house, and he's like, designing shirts 24 hours a day. And
that's his gig.
And then you do have, well, I think it's getting better, but you send him the money, and then he goes to the printer and gets a few made. Like, my brother lives a really strange life. You think I'm
that was
weird.
all real. I thought he was.
Oh, for the most part. For the most part, that is real. Yes, my brother is a strange dude.
I'm afraid to open my mouth now after blowing that bit the other day.
Oh, the people were commenting on that on the.
I got a lot of shit on that.
Hey, nice job, Dad. Nice job.
By the way, my brother came up with a Halloween / first anniversary T-shirt that will be given away at the Hard Rock Cafe on Halloween night.
I like it. The back is just full of words from the show, people, catchphrases.
Yeah.
Things are really a fun shirt.
And if you go to the Halloween show that we're doing at the Hard Rock Cafe,
you can read the back of it and reminisce.
All right. I think everyone that attends will get a free shirt.
Right when I said that, I was like, how could a shirt be fun?
Yeah. Madcap.
But if you want a shirt because you're not going to make it to the Hard Rock Cafe, you could go to OpenAnthony.com. My brother needs some money. That's why I'm promoting this right now. Helping him out so he can pay some bills.
Yeah.
But I'm just a big fan of the program.
Yeah.
All right. Anthony, the Assault on the Media contest.
Yes, assault on the media. We love when people do this. Get behind a news camera.
Wait, now we got to back up a
Actually,
little
in front of the news camera. Behind would be silly. We would never see you.
Paul on Long Island.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
I think what I am is he just fucking hates Howard's guts. And that's part of the reason, too.
Well, I've talked to Imus, and
I mean, I'm sure he loves the show. I mean, I love it.
I'm going to give you a little insight if you shut up.
Yeah, don't backpedal, man. You started out strong.
Paul, you're very accurate.
All right, man.
Because I've talked to Imus, and Imus always respected the fact that we never backed down to Howard.
Yeah.
And he had his problems with Howard over the years, and he really likes that we stand up to the guy, and we're not scared of him. Mm-hmm. He respects that.
And also, hey, I have my Mossberg Model 500.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I'm in East Northport, so I'm waiting for someone to come around me, and they're going to get fucking fragged.
The armed citizenry of Long Island. Welcome, my friend.
All right. Thank you. Let's go to Rich in D.C.
Here's a Photoshop of me, home invasion Schwoogieville, and it's got me in some living room with a bunch of rappers outside the window for some reason, and I'm shooting a hole through the glass. Great job.
The Photoshops are going crazy on whackbag.com.
Can't you just see the innocent victim that's about ready to get shot? Just like that guy's quote, like,
oh, yeah.
Just wait for someone to come around me.
Oh, someone's going to come home late.
Frag.
Some drunk family member is going to come home late. You put the key in the door and can't quite get the door open. Someone's just going to unload a round through the door and take out their father or something. Yeah. And there I am fighting Errol Flynn on a stairway.
They got the Al Pacino Scarface scene, too, which is really good.
Yeah. The Photoshops are rolling in.
Go to whackbag.com. All right. Let's say hi to Rich in D.C. What's up, Rich?
Hey, boys, thanks for taking my call.
All right.
Sure.
If Jimmy's listening, happy birthday, Jimmy. What I'm calling about is on the front page of the style section of the Washington Post is a huge story about how Howard Stern is tanking in the D.C. area. that ever since he made his big announcement a year ago, his ratings have continually plummeted, and it's gotten so bad that right now the sports junkies and Don and Mike are beating the shit out of him in the ratings in D.C.
Oh, my God. Well,
Yeah, this isn't even something that's subjective or, you know, you like him, you don't like him. This is just a fact. I mean, this is ratings. This is fact. His ratings have been tanking.
And the fact is, he's not as great as he tries to tell his audience on a daily basis. A lot of cities have just stopped listening to him.
Does he still have a huge listenership? Of course he does.
In New York, he does.
But it's nowhere near what it was a few years back, and that's when I think he would have been worth the $500 million that Sirius has decided to pay him. That's when it would have been worth it, because that's when would have gotten a huge amount of subscribers to Sirius. But I really think they kind of missed the train on this one.
Well, if anybody has any doubt, it's in black and white. All they got to do is check the front page of the style section of today's Washington Post. It has a picture of him and a 2-page article on it.
Well, I just got a communique from Elo.
Elo.
He just sent me that exact article. Shock Jock's audience is beating him to the door. July through September ratings lowest in years. Washington Post reports. The Howard Stern exodus has begun. Unfortunately for Stern, it's his audience that's leaving, not him. The Shock Jock won't jump to satellite radio until January, but in the meantime, his listeners in the Washington area seem to be heading for the exits. Stern's nationally syndicated morning program, which is heard locally on WJFK, suffered a dramatic fall in the summer audience ratings, which in turn helped drag down WJFK's overall popularity. Stern's share of radio's most lucrative audience, adults age 25 to 54, fell by nearly one-third during the July through September period. Bottoming out at 3.4% according to Arbitron, which measures radio audiences. That was the lowest total for Stern in years and possibly decades, given his long and successful career. During the same period in New York, Stern lost 15% of his listeners. And it just keeps going on and on.
Yeah.
It goes on for like 2 pages.
No.
But that's some of the headlines right there.
No. Yeah.
Okay, boys, I got to punch out to work, but I just thought I'd make you say.
Thank you, Rich.
Okay.
Point, counterpoint.
Don Imus.
Ray Romano.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Come on.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Next time on a very special Everybody Loves Raymond, Ray's brother needs a helping hand.
Ray, I got a problem, man. You gotta help me.
Oh.
I picked up a tranny last night at Hunts Point, and there was an accident.
No.
We were trying this erotic asphyxiation thing, and she was supposed to pitch me before it ran out of air.
What are you doing?
But Ray's father isn't buying it.
What a load of bull.
Come on.
All right, you got me. I picked him up on 10th Avenue.
The family hijinks don't stop there.
Ray, you gotta help me get rid of the body.
I don't want to do it.
No, come on, it'll be fun. We'll chop it up and bury it out in Jersey.
I live on Long Island.
All in the next Everybody Loves Raymond. Tonight at 8.
Very good job, Steve.
Another Raymond
and Nathaniel, and probably the rest of the gang helping out with the writing of that fine promo featuring Bill Burr. All right.
That's a good one.
The Assault on the Media contest, Anthony.
Yes.
Trying to get the show back on track here.
We're on track. It's just a wavy mountain road.
Yeah, sure. All right, the Assault on the Media contest. The contest for October is really, dare I say, heating up.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely heating up. We do this contest every month, and every month we got lots of great prizes. This month we got the portable Delphi MiFi radio with a 1-year free subscription. Also dinner with E-Rock at Paisanos of Mulberry Street in the heart of Little Italy. Also you win a World Poker Tour Season 2 DVD, a Ministry of Sound Stick Axe music mixer, and finally admission to the Opie and Anthony Show studios to check out a live show, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you might remember John from New Jersey, Anthony.
John from New Jersey.
John from New Jersey is the current leader. His video is up on opieandanthony.com, and it was a very, very good one. He beat out No Filter Paul, which we thought...
Oh, of course.
We thought no one was going to beat out No Filter Paul, because he looked like a crazed man.
No, this guy's a maniac.
But then this guy, John from Jersey, hit WABC TV here in New York. And basically his assault was jumping up and down, looking like a maniac as well, going from side to side, trying to pull out his hair on live TV.
Yeah, he wanted to look like he was pulling his hair out of his head.
Yeah, I like that one.
He comes off like a true lunatic.
Right, he took Paul's cue or what have you, or what Paul did and made it a little better, I think.
Every time the reporter moved in his way, he went to the other side. He was like zigging and zagging to get on camera.
Right. And he's actually trying to pull his hair out. So the video's up on OpieandAnthony.com, but here's the audio, which is pretty good, too.
Mother Nature's trifecta of high tides, steady winds, blowing rains, etc. forced the lake to spill over on both sides, and the result was evacuation on lakefront homes and also nearby.
Truly a pest of this program right there.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Very, very good. Very good. Yeah, that's why we call these people pests.
Pests.
They really are pests. And we mentioned this the other day. You got to think they're having meetings now behind closed doors going, look, guys, this is happening. It's Opie and Anthony, and they're pests, and they're going to do it for a while, and eventually it's going to go away. So let's just ignore it. Let's make believe it's not happening, and just plow through your report, and eventually this will die down.
Most of them are pretty good at it.
And I say to those people saying that to their people, this will not die down.
No, it'll keep going.
Actually, we see a spike in the assaults on the media lately.
Yeah.
It's starting to spike up again.
Absolutely. People coming to the table, getting in front of those cameras. And our latest one I really enjoyed.
Well, we kind of made the suggestion earlier this week, I think it's time to take it to the next level with this assault on the media contest. Remember, we don't want you touching the reporter. That's key to this.
Yep.
But it looks like a lot of reporters are starting to touch the pests, by the way.
Yeah.
The pests are getting touched. They're getting pushed. They're getting dragged out of the camera range.
They're grabbed.
So the other day...
Molested.
No arrest yet, thank God.
No, molested.
You said molested. I'm sorry. I thought you said arrest. We're used to people getting arrested because of this program.
True.
We're due for a good arrest, I think.
Yeah. Maybe Billy Barr.
Bill, you want to take one for the team?
Oh, yeah.
Everyone else has. Even Lewis Black took one for the team.
Joint.
So we were talking about the assault on the media contest. We said it's time to take it to the next level, and we need to maybe engage the reporter in conversation.
Yeah,
because they're ignoring
phases.
us. They're ignoring us. We're jumping up and down and looking like lunatics, and they're just plowing through the reports for the most part. Every once in a while, you get a producer, pulling them out of the shot.
Yeah.
Or you get someone like Arthur Chien, who is stupid enough to actually turn around and say, "What the fuck is your problem, man?" But in general, they're ignoring and plowing through their reports. So we said, hey, start engaging the reporter in a little conversation. And someone took our advice. We don't even know who this guy is yet.
Yeah.
We don't even know who this guy is, but the video is up on OpieandAnthony.com. And we've watched the video a few times, and I think this guy, if he comes forward, is the new leader for the assault on the media contest for October.
Could be the new leader.
The video is just priceless, obviously. But
he gets mushed.
But listen to the audio. Oh, yeah, you want to explain the video?
They mush him. Well, he blurts out Opie and Anthony XM satellite radio, but he just kind of saunters into the frame. Kind of gets right in there over the shoulder of the reporter, and starts saying Opie and Anthony XM satellite radio. The reporter kind of sees him coming, and you can see him look out of the corner of his eye, and then he's in frame with him saying Opie and Anthony XM satellite radio, and then the reporter takes his hand and pushes this guy's face. He just pushes his face right out of the frame. It's a classic mush.
And, you said he was saying Opie and Anthony XM satellite radio, but he was actually asking the reporter.
Yeah.
Do you listen to Opie and Anthony on XM
satellite radio? Yeah, he was engaging him in conversation.
Watch, Bill, here it is. The video's up on OpieandAnthony.com.
Just Perth Amboy.
Watch Bill Burr's, listen to Bill Burr's reaction.
Here's,
the reporter, he's looking to
now
the side.
He knows someone's there.
He's looking again. And this guy's asking him if he listens to Opie and Anthony, and now he just pushes him. By the way, this happened on WABC Channel 7 again.
Yeah.
So ABC 7 is getting hit a lot lately as far as this assault on the media thing goes.
I wonder why that is.
Let's listen to the audio.
The search dogs actually missed the 10-year-old boy the first time they went by that house. Don't know if that matters now. He's a little dehydrated with a few cuts and bruises, but he'll be okay. We're live in Perth Amboy tonight with some company. Jeff Begay's Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Everybody celebrating out there. Jeffrey, thank you.
Well, you hear everybody celebrating out there. Yeah, just another drunk.
Yeah, make believe and Opie and Anthony Pest didn't get to one of your reporters.
Yeah.
You got to see the video, though.
He just peeks around the corner like he's just looking out his window or something.
Hey, how you doing over there?
Yeah, a little Kermit the Frog moment.
Yeah.
Now, you got the guy that's pulling his hair out, screaming, yelling, Opie and Anthony, XM Satellite Radio. But this guy, very subtle.
Definitely, you got to give him points on a new style.
And I like the new style.
Yep. New style.
What do you think?
I like it. It's very close. I got to tell you, very close.
Pest chic.
Yeah.
So we'll have to sit on this and decide if he's the new leader or not.
Yeah, I'm not willing to appoint him the winner right now because the last guy
jumping up and down, pulling his hair out.
It's two completely different
You're gonna
deliveries.
Have to, there's going to be different genres of it.
Yeah.
Everything's been sort of a crazed action movie. This is more of a
subtle. It's
an adult comedy.
A lot more story driven. This one.
But Bill makes a good point how he just peeks around and all of a sudden he's in the shot, just very casual.
Yeah, a lot of layers to this character.
He never loses his cool. All right. You want to get Brother Joe in here before we take a break?
Certainly.
Halloween party's happening Halloween night at the Hard Rock Cafe. We were supposed to give out tickets this week. We didn't.
Yeah.
So it's going to be first come, first serve, as they say, at the Hard Rock Cafe Halloween night. I guess.
What about the out-of-town people?
The doors open at 7. I don't know.
What about Steve's secret list?
Steve has a secret list?
Yeah, Steve apparently... Steve at FoundryMusic.com. If you email him, he'll put you on the secret list so you can get into the Halloween party, Opie. And he will put his big fat fist in my face when he hears me say that.
Yes, he will.
He's going to get all these emails now, and I'm going to get one going, why are people emailing me? No idea. I can't get them on any list.
That's almost as...
Here he comes.
Can you stop?
What's wrong, Steve?
Can you stop? What's the matter?
Because people believe that when you say it.
Well, everyone knows you do have
Isn't
a
there a
secret list.
secret list?
Was. Past tense. Was.
Oh, so there was.
And then that limey gentleman opened his...
Yeah, No Filter Paul screwed it up and posted it on the website saying, there's a secret list.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to get on it, Governor.
I'm starting a secret list, by the way.
Are you?
Mail me $100.
Oh, wow.
Mail me $100, and I will make sure you get into the party.
Secret list.
That kind of list we can handle. No, we were actually trying to accommodate some of the people that were coming from out of town. But and it was a case-by-case thing. And every email that Ben and I sent out said, look, yes, you're in. Have a good time. If this hits a message board, do not bother coming.
Right.
And it hit a message board, and we just said, that's it, no
almost
more.
got Paul banned from the party, too, I heard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we let him sweat for a
couple
days.
He was freaking out. Did you hear about that, that Paul, No Filter Paul, was told that he couldn't come to the party because he had posted that, and he was banned from the party, him and his wife. And I got an email within seconds. Everybody got emails going, what the fuck is this? Why ain't I allowed? And we let him hang for a while.
Yeah, I let him dangle for
thinking he was banned from the party. What's his costume going to be?
Hopefully English limey asshole.
Just wear regular street clothes.
Yeah, regular street clothes.
You know, I think we should ban him from the party until he moons on live TV.
Ugh. Nice to see that.
It's not about actually wanting to see it. It's that he did it.
It's about humiliation.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay.
Someone gets it. No, I want to see fucking No Filter Paul's ass on live TV. Of course not.
Want to isolate that?
But
just take out the no, and we have a great clip.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Thanks, John Corzine.
Opie wants to see a bare English ass on television.
So anyway, Steve has a secret list, so keep emailing Steve.
Yeah, Steve at FoundryMusic.com. Secret list.
He's not busy enough, I don't think.
No.
You'll get into the part. Oh, poor Steve.
That 2 hours that he sleeps, he doesn't need to sleep.
He always has a secret list, though, isn't that true?
Always. Yeah,
always.
For everything.
All right.
It's very secretive.
Brother Joe's playing our Halloween party.
Yeah.
At the Hard Rock Cafe, Times Square, Halloween night.
That's correct.
With 2U, the U2 tribute band that's just blowing up.
Yep.
Yeah,
playing all over the place.
It's fun. We just played the Wachovia Center. We did we did 2 shows in front of U2. Believe it or not, it was it's the they call it the singular. Yeah, it was really weird. They call it the Singular Pavilion.
Mm-hmm.
It's like where you walk through to get into the arena. And we played for about 50,000 of U2's fans.
So wait, the people are going in to see U2?
Yeah, well, they were going in to see Damian Marley, but we played right up until the beginning of Damian Marley's set, from like 5 o'clock until about 7:30, and everyone that was coming into that concert got to come past where we were playing, and we had at any given time standing there in front of us about 3,000 people that were actually just sitting there watching us do songs like The Unforgettable Fire and old like Gloria stuff they're not doing live,
right?
And freaking the F out, man. They were just it was the best show I've ever done, best show we've ever played.
Wow.
Man. Yeah, it was amazing. A lot of things happened. We're now at the Borgata because of that. We ended up getting hundreds of emails.
Let me know when you're playing the Borgata. I mean, I have much too much spare money laying around. I'm sure they need it.
Yeah,
Bastards.
no, we'll be there. Believe it or not, it was Ron Hudson's you remember the Hudson brothers?
Yeah,
he's the guy over there, and his main guy was in the audience when we were playing, and he walks up to me and hands a Borgata card off, and I said, "What's this?" He goes, I want you guys in my room. I look, I see Borgata Hotel.
Perhaps you can
all right.
Get some of your friends in show business to also come and play here.
Yeah, no doubt.
Dressed like Boss Hog.
Speaking of friends,
Big cigar.
I do have Chris from Livewire, the lead singer.
Yep.
And Anthony from 2112, the lead singer of 2112.
Yeah, because we got a Rush tribute band and the AC/DC tribute band.
They
and
are
you
the
two
best,
as well.
The best at what they do.
Now, what is good about tribute bands is the really good ones.
Mm-hmm.
And the really bad ones.
Yes.
The mediocre ones, you give a shit, right? It's just the ones that you go, holy shit, they are spot on, amazing. And then there's the ones that are like, oh my God, why are they trying? And both of them very entertaining.
The obscure tribute bands are the ones that rock, too.
Yeah, did you actually find ones like an Anne Murray tribute band?
And I found Anne Murray. I found a Carpenters tribute band.
The Carpenters. What type of crowd is a Carpenters tribute band? Who's showing up there? Just the emaciated women binging and purging in front of the stage.
And really depressed brothers with no career left.
Because the talented one is dead. Oh, that's horrible. And then one of the Carpenters bands has a name. Like, you'd think that the tribute bands would come up with names that are recognizable as the band and kind of catchy. And what was one?
The Carpenters with a K. Like carp, like a fish.
Carp. The Carpenters. They come out with big, bulgy orange eyes and play Carpenters music. And then there's another one. What's the girl's name?
Her name was Laura.
And she's so self-centered, she wanted her name to be incorporated in the title, but it's Carpenters. So how did she solve that problem?
Laurpenters. The Lorpenters.
Lorpenters. Boy, that just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
And they're both from the UK. Both bands are from the UK.
Well, we got to listen to some of these things here.
Well, track 2.
What do we got in here that you just handed me?
This is the Carpenters thing.
This is?
Track 2 is Close to You by the Carpenters with a K.
Okay. Let's listen to this. If it cues up. All right.
Who could forget the haunting melodies of the Carpenters?
She's actually not bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do birds suddenly appear?
She sounds like her.
Every time you are there, just like me, they long
to be 73 pounds.
Why do stars fall down from the sky?
Now, she's not the good one.
No?
No. You walk by, just like me. They long to be close to you. On the day that you were born, the angels get together.
Wow. All right, that's pretty good. If you're
Not
into
bad.
that, I don't know who they're
Not bad.
attracting. Like, who's sitting
I
there?
don't know, man. In the UK, evidently, the Carpenters still have a pretty good following.
That's pretty impressive.
They work. I mean, they had a few.
What happened to the punks and mods?
I don't know, man.
Jeez,
Now
people
there's
listening to the Carpenters.
There's go from the Who to that.
Yeah, the Who to that.
There's now the Lorpenters. This is track 4. We'll skip Rainy Days and Mondays by the Carpenters with a K.
Oh,
Go to the
one of my favorites.
Lorpenters. It just kind of rolls off the tongue, don't it?
Yeah.
Track number 4, Close to You. It's different band, same song.
Oh, more of an orchestral
A little more,
feel to it.
just higher production value. There you go.
On the day that you were born, the angels got together
She sounds like
and
her.
decided to create a dream come true. So to sparkle loose in your hair of golden sunlight, your eyes of blue. Now is what the heck are you guys doing? Trying to hold my mind like you look like a freaking
idiot? Pop over track 5. This is We've Only Just Begun. It's actually probably the best one out of the Carpenters.
We've only just begun.
Yeah, she's obviously got the sound down. Unfortunately, they won't be performing at our Halloween party because I would love to see our crowd in front of this. How long after they all make the butthead face of would it just be they'd be pelted?
You could hand out the XM baseball.
Yeah, let them wind up.
Yeah, why not?
How's Stalker Patty lip sync?
Like so many roads to choose.
All right.
Well,
so much for the Carpenters.
Sounds great.
Yeah,
I mean,
sounds awesome.
but it's still the
Where are they
Carpenters.
from? Were they from like Utah?
Doesn't it sound
They
like
got
they
that
had to be
Utah
somewhere
face,
from the
that
Midwest?
Osmond family
definitely,
face.
Yeah.
Definitely from the
From
Midwest
a
somewhere.
35-year-old virgin.
I want to hear
Belters.
some Tom Jones. Now, I hear you have a really bad Tom Jones.
Yeah, there's a pretty bad one in here.
Okay.
But,
Let's hear the good one first. Let me hear what that would
listen.
sound like.
You got to hear the bad one.
The bad
first.
one first?
Yeah, definitely. You want to hear the bad one first.
What? What's up?
Oh, Jesus Christ. They got the...
Go ahead, Jeff.
With him? He's poking the hurricane on the weather map.
When is this thing supposed to
opens an umbrella. Rob Bartlett's fucking hysterical.
All right. It's the Brian Wilson character with the Opie and Anthony T-shirt on MSNBC. Just standing there with an umbrella with the hurricane in the background.
When is it supposed to hit land or any land?
Supposed to hit land sometime late Thursday and into Friday, and then southwest Florida into Sunday and Monday. So certainly a strong storm. Here's the path. Here, move out of the way of the path. This way, over here. All right, there you go. There you go. You can see into Sunday morning expected to head into parts of southern Florida. Thanks for the shade there.
You put the umbrella over the weather guy's head.
We could even have a third landfall with this system. So you may have to travel not only to Cancun, but to Florida and then to New England. So we'll send you there with your umbrella.
All right, Jeff.
Like
Thanks.
Mary Poppins, look.
Jeff Ranieri, the NBC meteorologist.
I hope that thing stays down to the south.
Oh, I know.
Dude, that could kill me.
We're going to Florida.
Yeah.
When do you leave?
I'm flying out on Sunday.
Oh, on Sunday you got a problem.
Yeah.
I'm leaving tomorrow.
Yeah, no.
Oh boy.
I'm leaving Saturday. I got to get to Miami. I'm hoping that.
Yeah, he's leaving Miami
south,
on
man.
Saturday. I don't know.
Yeah,
I might have a problem.
This Hurricane Wilma is fucking up our vacations.
Yeah, I'm
Big
going to
time.
Albany, man. I'm really.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, let's get back on track here. So we got more tribute bands.
We have
here.
a bad Tom Jones tribute from the UK. I didn't even get the guy's name, but it's not unusual. Track 8.
Track 8. Okay.
It's all the UK, huh? They're huge over there.
Yep. This one is.
A little slow and just sappy.
It's live.
I bet he does with the does his hip movements and girls throw underwear at him.
Yeah. There's actually a guy called Ultra Jones. It's ultrajones.net. that's hysterical.
Does
The guy,
he look like him? Does he try to?
Not at all. He wears a wig and he makes it obvious. He'll let it ride back on his head, so he's got like 8 inches of forehead, and then pull it down on purpose on the video. It's hysterical. He's like a goof on Tom Jones. But yeah, that's Ultra Jones. This guy is not him. Now this next one, just play it. Track 9. You tell me.
Oh, okay. This guy's a little more professional. Yeah.
It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
That's pretty good.
It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. When I see you hanging about with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry.
It's like music to fuck women with big muffs to. Like old 70s.
Yeah, dressed like Mrs. Roper.
Right. In the moo-moo. This is sexy music to them.
The last,
not bad.
The
That's
last
really
Tom
good.
Jones show that I saw. You saw him recently.
I went
too,
to
right?
go see Tom Jones in Atlantic City about a month and a half ago.
I saw him about 3 months ago in
Hysterical.
Atlantic City. And the women there, Mrs. Roper is actually an improvement.
Yeah,
on some of the
they
women
get some
I
old
saw
ladies there that are just creaming over Tom Jones.
Oh.
And then you get some young, hot chicks that are like caught up in the moment. I guess their mothers brought them or something.
Yeah.
And they were throwing their panties at him. And then one thing really disturbing was like on side stage kind of, in front of the stage, but way to the side, was a girl that had to be probably 6 or 7. And she's dancing like their parents brought her. And she's dancing, and Tom Jones came over at one point and like handed her a flower.
I thought you were going to say she threw her panties on stage.
The hotel, yeah, little underoos, little Wonder Woman underoos hits him in the face. There's pee in them.
What else you got there, Brother Joe?
All right, we have, well, my ex-lead singer, Laird.
Good old Laird.
Remember Laird. All right, we have him doing the song One. See, Anthony once made a comment, and he's like capitalized on this, that Laird is probably one of the best singers, not just in the tribute world, but ever.
I think
Laird's
voice is great.
He's been pounding this into the ground. Yes, he has a spectacular voice. The problem is he sounds nothing like Bono.
Well, right.
And he's doing this U2 thing. So here's a little
Can
clip
you
of
see?
Laird.
Can you see? There's a little friction here. Okay.
You know what? Friction's over, man.
Let me just give a little
Joe's
background.
U2 tribute band.
Right.
Go ahead, Anthony.
Joe, he was the singer in Joe's U2 tribute band. But not only that, Joe and Laird's history goes back for years.
Probably 20
years. These guys have never been able to be in a band for any length of time together. They were the Lennon and McCartney of...
He's an asshole.
Right.
How can you be in a band with an asshole? I mean, you got to work with these people.
That's what goes on.
Yeah, don't you need that tension?
No,
and he thinks,
no, you really don't.
and he thinks Joe's an asshole.
I was always, the whole time I was doing bands with him, I was envious of comics because, I mean, you could go and do your own. It's your own. It's you have to deal with 90% of the time.
You don't have to deal with
anyone.
Have to deal
with
but you guys were friends for a long time, right? Knowing that the other guy was an asshole?
Yeah, we knew that. Yeah, I mean, we were friends and stuff.
90% of any band out there works like this.
Yeah.
They don't really enjoy each other's company. It's just you're working it together. If a band hits, now you got to stay in it for the cash.
Exactly.
But these two, I mean, it was always end this way. Joe on the phone. Joe on the phone to me.
And yeah, what's up? Fucking Laird, man. Fucking Laird. Never again. Never again.
What happened?
The guy is a fucking dick. And no, that's it.
Joe, you know damn well somewhere down the road you guys are going to be in a band together.
No, dude. I know I've said it before, but this time, no. Fuck him. Never again.
This is actual audio.
Fast forward maybe anywhere from 6 months to 5 years later. But anywhere between there?
Hey, what's up?
Not too much.
Yeah, you're going to come down to the gig? Me and Laird are playing down at the...
Laird?
Oh, yeah. Nah, I just fucking dig, but, I needed
But
a
he's
singer,
got a voice,
and we
exactly.
Guy can fucking sing.
I can't sing, he can't play guitar.
And then fast forward again.
And that fucking
dick.
asshole. Never the fuck again will I even get near a stage he is on.
This went on for 20 years.
Well, dude, I mean, I don't even want to get into the reasons.
Well,
but the guy's a bullshit artist. The guy's
let's say he can embellish a story.
Yeah.
Shoot the hostage.
There was one. All right, right after 9/11. Now, everyone knows somebody like this. Everybody has somebody like this in their life. After 9/11, Laird came into the studio one day, and we were all hanging back in the office. Remember when we did afternoons, we'd all go back to the office, drink a little, hang out.
A little?
Yeah, I know. So Laird comes back, and we're hanging out, having a good time. And Laird talks about how he signed up to be an air marshal. Because that was like the big thing that was going on then. I'm going to be an air marshal.
Applied for the job.
Oh, really? But this is after years of hearing Laird's, stories. So we look and go, really? But there are people there that don't know Jim. We know Jim, so we're like, all right, here comes another one. Yeah, I signed up to be an air marshal. I went down and took the test. It's like, oh, yeah, what's that all about? Well, it's some written test, and then they give you, they give you a test. I go, well, what happened? He goes, well, there's certain scenarios. One was you're in the aisle of an airplane, and there's a terrorist, and he grabs a hostage, and the instructor asks, okay, what do you do? And everyone had the wrong answer. So he picks me, and I go, you shoot the hostage. And he pointed at me and said, you're absolutely right. And I'm just sitting there
wasn't
like...
Wasn't it obvious if everyone else got the answer wrong, they were all saying shoot the terrorist?
Shoot the terrorist, or trying to negotiate, or anything but shoot the hostage?
Right. Wasn't that the last...
It was we go around
the
me
last option.
Jimmy fucking Norton to this day will just bust out. We'll be eating dinner, and out of nowhere Jimmy will just go shoot the hostage. Still years later, it's hysterical.
Dude,
to
he
us.
was managed by Tommy Mottola. He was managed by Roger Daltrey.
Yeah.
He was going on tour with Hall & Oates, but he came down with a strep throat.
I got the strep throat.
Dude, the guy just bullshits.
It's
way too
always
much.
like a huge story.
Anyway, I believe, and in fact, I know.
So he moved
every
on
time
and started
I hear
another
it,
YouTube.
Yeah,
band?
he did. He started a new tribute, but I mean, for reasons I can't even get into. But it sounds like shit. It's not a good sounding U2 tribute.
Mm-hmm.
But
and trust me, Joe's not jealous because the new single you got is unbelievable.
Yeah, Tommy's great.
You guys are
Tommy's
the premier U2 tribute band.
Well,
now.
thank you, Ope. Laird sounds like fucking Cher.
No.
He sounds like Cher. Now, just
like
a little bit.
Cher.
Track 12 is Laird singing the song "One" by
Okay.
U2. Okay.
All right.
Right.
Have you come here for forgiveness? Have you come to raise the dead? You come here to play Jesus with lepers in your bed.
Okay, now go.
Okay.
Do me a favor. Go to. Now I A-B'd him on track 13. I A-B'd him with Cher. So compare voices and tell me that he doesn't have Cher's singing style.
Wow, they hate each other.
Dude, it's not a matter of hate. It's
not a matter of hatred. It's 20 years of calling each other go fuck themselves.
That's right.
I've just sat in my room and fucking spliced the audio together. There's no vengeance
Let's
here.
see if he can go to his brother's precinct and play tapes for his friends.
Joe's traveling pretty much the world with the new U2 tribute band, but he can't let this go.
He will not.
He just played at the Wachovia Center in front of 3,000 people at any given time, right?
The guy's a fucking asshole. Sounds like Cher, fucking dick.
Exactly, and he's in the same. He's being a tribute to the same band that you're doing. You fucking hate him.
I can't wait for it.
Just admit it, and then we'll play this track.
He's a hack. you understand that language? He's a hack.
All right,
He's like the Joe Rogan of the tribute band things. He's calling him out.
He's correct.
Everyone out.
He's not even Mexican. Yeah. He's fucking half German.
I'm ready to jump in the fucking octagon now, man.
Yeah. They call me the Punisher. Shoot the hostage.
All right, so you spliced it together here, Joe?
Yeah, track 13. It's just a little.
And you had time to do this with all the dates
calling
you're doing
out all hacks.
I was up until about 1:30 in the morning doing all this.
Last
night.
All hacks must die.
Right.
Zero tolerance.
Did you hear he was up until 1:30 in the morning?
1:30 in the morning.
That's anger.
Not too
compiling
obsessed with this whole thing.
All right. He probably had a headshot of the guy above his computer. Here you go, you fuck.
I was born in the wagon of a traveling show. My mama used to dance for the money they'd throw. Mama would do whatever he could.
Okay, that was Cher.
Have you come here for forgiveness?
There you go. Sounds like fucking Chef.
Preach a little gospel. Sell a couple bottles of Dr.
You are just really angry, Joe.
Listen to Head. Wait, listen.
With the lepers in your bell.
What a pissed off individual.
But every night all the men would come around.
I gotta say, you're reaching a bit.
Yeah, 'cause I'm not really hearing it.
I wasn't really. I'm not really hearing it as strongly as you are.
It's the vibrato in his voice and just the way. And
I
don't hear it.
Shoot
the hostage. By the way, that was from a movie, wasn't it? Shoot the hostage thing?
Yeah.
It was from Speed.
All right. One of those.
In the original Speed.
Shoot the hostage.
Well, all right.
Shoot the hostage.
Move on up. There's a Steely Dan tribute out of New York called Steelin' Dan.
Steelin' Dan.
Steelin' Dan. It's track 14.
All right.
And the song is Peg.
Right.
This is a live recording, by the way.
Give them a little. That's Steely Dan.
The harmonies are amazing.
Sounds like Cher, though. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wow. Yeah, it's live, too.
Very good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Now, another live track. This is a Boston tribute called Smokin' out of L.A.
Boston, very difficult. The guy's range is
Very
ridiculous.
difficult. Yeah,
Bradley Delp.
You know Bradley Delp.
I sang with Bradley Delp
That's
once up
right.
in Boston.
You sure did,
Yes,
Anthony?
I did. Yes, I did. Thank you.
The name
You
of
got
the band
strep
is
throat, right?
Right, I had the strep throat. I was supposed to actually be the singer
You're
from
supposed
Boston.
to go on tour with
But
Boston.
I got the strep throat, and then somebody actually on a plane grabbed a gun and put it to Bradley Delp's head, and I pulled out my gun and I shot Bradley Delp.
Which is why that third album was delayed for so long.
Right, but it's what you do.
Wait, you know, the
My
phones.
training kicked in.
The phones are all over Joe. Let's go to Mike in California. Mike?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Hey, good.
Hey, I just wanted to support Brother Joe there. I can hear the Cher and the guy he hates. I can hear the resemblance.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's say hi to Steve in Maryland. Steve?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up?
Happy birthday, Bill Burr. I was just wondering,
Man, it was a great line, too. He said, stayed up until 1:30. When did he start? 1:25?
Oh. And then Mike from Whackbag, Brother Joe is a quivering, angry ass.
Rob in New York.
Yeah, Brother Joe's right on. It certainly sounds like Cher.
Yeah.
When's coming to New York, Joe?
Wow, he's playing the Halloween party for us.
Yep. October 31st.
October 31st
Hard
at the
Rock.
Hard Rock Cafe. I don't think we're going to get Brother Joe's U2 tribute band again after this.
Oh,
You're just blowing up way too much. We're not going to be able
Joe,
to
you're the
afford him, Anthony. Joe in Jersey.
What's up, fellas? Joe, the guy isn't saying the lyrics right. He's saying lepers in your bed. He's not even saying the lyrics right.
Oh, he still reads off of cue cards, too.
That's embarrassing.
It is. It's horrible.
Yeah,
That's why I got rid of him.
Fucking singers.
That's right.
You know, Bono reads off cue cards.
All right.
That's the only reason I do it.
So we're doing the Boston thing?
Yeah, I want to hear Bradley Delp.
You know what? You might want to, if you can fast forward into the track toward the end of this of track number 15 is the better stuff. It's hard. It does. It's a medley, but it takes like a 3. Yeah, it's like a 3-minute medley. Or
Whenever
something.
Opie's got to fast forward.
So how far you want me to go?
About halfway through it. Track 15.
Let's try this.
Yeah.
Wow. Listen.
Totally live. Unbelievable. You go a little bit further forward, the last song is amazing.
That is really amazing, the range on that guy's
Try
voice.
that.
Holy shit.
Try
How do
that
people
out.
sing that
Right
high?
here?
You want to kick him in the fucking balls.
There you go. Listen to this.
Yeah, guys got that range.
Yeah, the guy can sing.
Like Cher.
That's smoke. Yeah, right. That's smoking
He's
a
a little
Boston
off,
tribute
though,
out
right?
of LA.
Nah. That music makes me want to kill myself.
Yeah.
It's that classic rock.
Well, this will really hurt you then.
Hold on. Bingo Pants from Whackbag. Bingo Pants.
Brother Joe, I just want to let you know, I heard Laird on another radio show. He's calling himself the Punisher.
The Punisher?
Very good. Joe?
The B3s, they're from Australia, and it's a Bee Gees tribute.
Bee Gees?
Yes, and they're quite excellent. I mean, for the Bee Gees, if you can, I mean.
That's okay.
Understand some
Bill Burr's just like, I hate this fucking music.
Yeah.
What do you listen to, Bill? What type of music do you like?
Well, not that
Richard
shit.
Pryor.
No, what music do you listen to?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You do when you hear it, you
No.
know you like it? No.
I mean, 37. I don't have like a favorite band with like a fucking poster in my bedroom. You know what I mean?
I wasn't asking if you had posters.
You can still have a favorite band at 37, but
I
the
mean,
poster
I don't
thing
know.
went away a long
That dude,
time ago.
Any shit. Anything
Comics
sounds
are
good.
too self-centered to notice anything else.
No,
like
that's not true.
Yeah.
No, come on.
Yeah.
That dude Common has a song that I like.
Yeah.
On the corner. I don't know. I mean, I download shit.
Comics are just too busy.
No, you know what
You
it is?
guys are
This is
always-
my thing. I'm totally into fucking music, but the second you ask me what do you listen, I can't remember. I don't know.
All right, how about
I
you
like Primus for a long. I'm into drummers, man. I'm a
Primus.
frustrated drummer,
Yeah.
so I like Tim Alexander.
Like Rush?
No.
Oh, you better say yes.
You better say yes.
No, I
You're
just
going to Hard
never
Rock
got it.
Cafe.
That's too-
Halloween night.
no. I just never got into them.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck? I mean, somebody has to not like them. I mean, they still fill Giant Stadium, right?
Of course.
Good
point.
It's like Bruce Springsteen. I never got into that guy, and fucking 80,000 people show up to see him.
How many Bruce tribute bands are there? Probably a lot, right?
A lot. I actually did some research on the bands that we have playing on Halloween. There are AC/DC tops it out with 63 tributes registered on TributeCity.com.
Most tribute bands are AC/DC tribute
Yeah,
bands?
yep,
Wow.
63. Then you have 58 U2 tribute bands
Oh,
worldwide, and I think it was something like 32 Rush tribute bands.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got next here?
Okay, we have the B3s. It's track 16. These guys are from Australia, and they do the job well.
Oh, no.
Another live tape. Wow.
Who sees this, though? Who would go and watch this?
You know what this reminds me of? After I did some horrible casino gig, and I'm walking around, no chick, and I just go into the lounge next door, and this band is fucking playing. I'm just like, I thought this was going to be so glamorous when I started telling jokes. It just makes me want to kill
Dude,
myself.
you know what it feels like to be
man.
that lounge band?
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
They're pretty good, all right.
Horrible.
They had it down. If you're into the Bee Gees, they nail it.
They had it down.
They nail it.
This one is probably the best that I found out of this whole batch. Track 17, a band called Oliver's Army. It's an Elvis Costello tribute.
Elvis Costello.
This guy is probably even better than the good Tom Jones.
Better than the good Tom Jones. That's actually how he sells himself. I'm better than the good Tom Jones. It's on his website.
I want to see like tribute
Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Tributes to like comedians.
Yeah, why can't you
There
do
are.
that? Just
There
do their,
are.
their
People
acts.
just going up doing their acts.
Dude, I'm telling you, I sent a link
There are?
to I sent a link to Steve.
What?
Yeah,
Carlos Mencia.
Oh, who's that guy? That's Chris from
Tribute to
Livewire.
Joe Rogan.
Hey guys,
Tribute to
I listen to the
Joe.
show way too much. I'm sorry.
That's
That's
cool.
all right. Yeah,
Big fan. I called in about the. Is this?
that's Bill Burr.
Billy.
No.
Yeah.
This is the third guy from Van Halen, right?
Yes,
Gary
Sammy.
Sharon?
No. I'm
Gary
Sammy Hagar.
Sharon.
Sammy Hagar.
No, he's
No,
Sammy
he's
Hagar.
Sammy Hagar. He
I know.
works out.
I'm serious.
Gary Sharon is Bob Kelly.
And you're the lead singer of Livewire?
Yeah,
And he's
I'm the
playing the
guy.
Halloween party as well.
Yes, he is.
Are you Brian Johnson or Bon Scott?
I am both.
He's
Nice.
both, and he
I'm
does
proud
them
of
both
it.
extremely well.
Do we have a sample of your stuff here?
I like to know a guy that can actually talk after singing like that. You know,
Livewire.
could actually carry on a conversation and not just have like blood spurting out of their throat.
Well, there's a thing called throat coat that helps us all out.
Yeah, is that what you use?
Yeah, got to.
Okay, so what do we got, Joe?
We have Oliver's Army.
Oh, yeah.
It's an Elvis Costello tribute out of Texas.
Texas.
Yeah, guys from Texas, and so is Allison, obviously.
My favorite song, Robin. Allison.
It's so funny to be seeing you after so long, girl. The way you look, I understand that you were not impressed. I heard you let that little friend of mine take off your party dress. I'm not gonna.
This would just be the song you cried to if your girlfriend's name was Allison and she broke up with you. You'd be devastated. Fucking bitch! You couldn't deal it. Listen to it.
Oh, yeah, no.
That's good. Yeah.
I know this world is killing
Fucking
you.
whore,
Allison.
Fucking bitch! You just couldn't listen to this. Fucking love that fucking bitch! That guy does sound good.
Yeah,
It's amazing, Brother Joe.
Guy's really good. A couple of Sinatras.
Yes, Billy?
Let's say natural light spread out across your bedroom. Some awful cheap beer. Pull tabs.
Sounds like you've been there.
Milwaukee's best.
I've already been.
Oh, that's good.
And now
I want to hear the
you can't-
Sinatra.
Yeah, you can't have a Midwest accent and pull off Sinatra.
Is it Midwest or like Chicago?
The guy's from
Is that-
Cleveland, Ohio.
Ohio?
Ohio.
Hey there.
So he's doing "Fly Me to the Moon."
Fly me to the moon.
No, not even that. Yeah, it's his R's. He said, you know, I mean, Frank Sinatra kind of skipped over the R's, like
New York.
New York
Yeah.
is in New
Like
Jersey.
Jersey.
acts
Yeah.
do. And there you go. It's track 19.
To the moon.
When did he do it? In the 60s?
I'll say, how old is that drummer? Like 80.
Yeah.
Fly me to the moon. Let me sing among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
Jupiter.
In other words,
Words.
hold my hand.
In other words, I'll have a sausage.
In other words, baby, kiss me.
He's got like the.
It's still not
Kinda,
bad,
it's
though.
not bad.
It's not bad. The next guy's a
Did
little
he
bad.
ever
That was-
play in your
that was-
band?
No.
Yeah, that scumbag.
Tom Torato. That was Tom Torato.
You shoot the hostage.
Shoot the hostage, baby.
The keyboardist in this next band.
Real scumbag. You know, the bands are, for how much the comics like fucking rag on each other and everything, bands
Just
are
as
the
bad.
worst because it's this fucking like
Gang.
They've all fucked each other over in some way,
Dude, do
shape,
you
or
guys
form.
have, I have a question
so they all
for
know
Bill, man.
each
Do you
other.
guys- do you have like comics that underbid you? Comics that suck and they go in for way less money than you're used to getting, and they like they swipe gigs out from under you. I mean, is that
Sounds
something
more
that
like
goes
a
on
corporate
often?
gig thing.
Nah, yeah, that's more like Just if you,
That's
if
more
I guess
like a band thing.
Yeah, that doesn't really happen to comedians.
Yeah,
It's just
that's
like
what I mean, man.
if they
I wish
under-
I was funny.
If they
Fuck guitar. I wish I was funny.
So you got bands that undercut you to get into some of the spots you were going into?
Yeah.
Wow.
Always. Chris knows about it.
Yeah,
man.
we undercut him one time.
Yeah. Knows about it. It happens.
I
man.
want
It
to play
happens
some
all the
live
time.
wire, but I don't, we just have the CD.
So what does he do? He
We
gets
need a
on the
sample.
phone and just goes, "Hey, the guy's pretending to be the carpenter. Said they'll do it for $800."
Yeah, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much how it happens. You know what, man? It always comes around. though.
Jesus Christ!
It turns out to be the club owner that suffers. I mean, they put shit bands in, they have no turnout, and then they end up calling me back. So
You shoot the club owner.
shoot the club owner.
Did you ever see Cookie Jar in Las Vegas?
No.
You never seen that guy?
No.
He's like doing almost like a parody of a lounge singer, but he's got the hair.
Hairy
out, and
chest.
he's got an awful just jet
Nice.
shoe polish in his hair
Yeah.
coming down, and he knows he's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it makes it quite enjoyable.
Cookie jar, huh?
Cookie Jar.
Oh, it's cookie jar.
Yeah.
Now it's hysterical.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Well, there was a guy I just sent the link over. A guy that does a Rodney Dangerfield tribute. He's another one with a fucking Midwest accent that does a Rodney Dangerfield tribute. I have it. I sent the link over
that's
to
what
Steve
it's going to
Sig.
be. When the
He's
comics die, then you could do
Yeah,
tributes.
then you could do tributes to him.
Red Fox is dead, right? Is Red Fox dead?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Is he?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
You look at me like I should fucking know.
Well, we got to see.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like he was just only a comedian. I mean, he was just star of Sanford and Son.
Yeah, 1975.
He's been dead probably a decade, Ant.
Sorry.
I'm thinking. I want to hear the Rodney Dangerfield thing now. We gotta
Nipsey
get
Russell
that on the
just
show.
passed
I know. That was
Steve's got
recently
it.
in the news.
I sent it over to Steve.
Going to see a
He's got
Nipsey
it.
Russell tribute come up with all his little rhymes.
All right, where are we going, Joe?
Yeah, we got this other Frank Sinatra guy, this Frank Holden.
Sinatra.
Lady is a Tramp. He uses chick way too much.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you're supposed to
You
use
are
that for
uber critical, aren't you?
They really
No,
are.
you're supposed to use
He's
it for
studying these
effect.
guys.
We were
He is
talking
so
about this
good.
on the
Frank
way in.
Sinatra wasn't that bad.
No, but this guy actually, his voice is probably a little closer.
Yeah.
What track?
The problem was
20.
he didn't
So
say
last
lady's a
track.
tramp at all. He just kept saying this chick is
This
a tramp.
chick is a tramp.
Red Fox died in 1991.
Oh, he did?
Fuck you, Ben.
She gets hungry for dinner at 8.
All right, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
She likes
I
the
like this
theater, but don't come late. She'd never bother with anyone she'd hate. That's why this chick, she's a tramp.
Tramp.
Yeah, I didn't get that either.
She don't
So
like
this guy's from the
games with parents and earths.
That's why the bird is a tramp.
Won't
Yeah.
go to Harlem
Bird.
dressed in ermine and pearls.
That guy's a wanker.
All right.
He's on the dole. You limey cunt.
We got a sample of Live Wire in 2112. I'd love to. give
Yeah, I'd
those
like
guys
to
a
do
little
that.
bit.
So, which one? I mean,
Which track, Chris, off the CD?
The one I gave you
You know, one.
that you burned.
Any obscure
Actually-
shit?
Actually, it's
Hell ain't a
probably
bad
listed,
place to
track
be.
listed,
we
right?
do have the AHA tribute band as we try to.
Oh,
do it, but-
let's try the Aha.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started this conversation
We
with
got
the
kicked in the
AHA
teeth.
tribute band.
Which
Nice.
is, yeah. Oh, see, he likes AC/DC at least.
Off of Powerage. Second side. All over that.
He gets a little falsetto.
That's great, but it's one
Yeah,
song.
one song.
Yeah,
and done.
You gotta dress like a pirate. All the ruffles down the front of your shirt.
It's a 5-minute show.
Isn't that Adamant?
Oh, is he the one to dress like
Ed
that?
got a tribute too. Yeah, he got a tribute. He's got Adamant has a couple of tributes on Tribute
Oh,
City.
sure he does.
Yeah. Hysterical.
Which one are we playing?
Goody Goody Two Shoes and the one that says Livewire on it.
Livewire?
We're trying to. We ran out of the studio to try to find it.
Got Anthony with the 2112 stuff.
I saw one tribute band. I saw Physical Graffiti years ago. Are they still around?
Yes. They're around. They work a lot too.
Now there's Bono right there.
Yeah, man.
Looks a lot more like Bono than Laird ever did.
Laird looked like he ate Bono.
He looks like Laird, you're saying?
Oh. No.
But there's no animosity.
None
whatsoever.
None. I've seen it for years. Between those two.
I always forget your name because I always just want to say, hey, Bono, because he looks just like him.
Tom.
I saw these guys at BB King's. We talked about it on the radio. It was unbelievable. After the U2 show, I figured I'd just go in and support Brother Joe and the U2 tribute band, and I ended up staying for the entire set. I was so into it.
What would you rather? What would you want to play, Anth? What track? This is Anthony from 2112.
Another band that will be playing at the Halloween party at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Yes. We want the hits.
We need a hit. This is radio.
We only play the hits.
Tom Sawyer.
We could do Spirit of Radio.
All right, what track's that?
That's a hit.
It's, Us is on 9, Rush is on 10, so if you want to compare.
Oh, wow.
He beat it.
Whoa.
He stayed up until 1:30 in the morning, too.
Wow, he's feeling confident. So, which one is you? 9?
9 is me.
All right, so let's start with the Spirit of Radio by Rush, which is 10, right? This is Live Rush?
Live Rush.
Okay.
That's really Rush.
Really Rush. And now this is 2112 doing the same song.
Did he do it?
Oh, that was really Rush. Oh,
that was really Rush.
That was
live.
a tribute band. I was like, this guy's
no, that's why I was laughing at you, Billy.
I thought he was pulling the old, no, wait, that was us.
That would have been cool to do. That would have been great to do.
Too many people would know.
The old switcheroo.
So, okay, that was really Rush. And now this is 2112, and these guys will be at the Halloween party.
Yep.
Pretty good.
They got a good voice. Sounds like Getty.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Sounds like Getty. Obviously, Rush able to get a better live recording.
You have any studio stuff on there, Ant?
Their equipment.
Yeah, I have some studio
a little
stuff
better.
on there.
What are the studio tracks?
That's only a 35-second. That's 7 and 8. We're on 7.
All right, we're on 7. Okay, this is 2112. Come on. That's you?
Oh, I wanted to hear the chorus on that.
I know, the track ends right there. That's you singing that? Yeah. That's amazing.
How does that happen, man? You just sing it one day and somebody say, you know who you sound like? And then you just go down that road?
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Man. Keep doing it.
That's really amazing.
Thanks a lot.
Wow. All right. Well, these guys will be at the Halloween party, 2112, along with Brother Joe's U2 tribute band, and, of course, Live Wire. We want to play some Live Wire, too?
Yeah, I think he's going to grab Sin City off of our B.B. King's recording.
All right, let's hear this.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you can't say fuck on the radio?
No, that was...
What happened, Hawk?
Of course you could say fuck. I don't know what happened over there.
What happened there, Hawk?
Well, you guys gave us a DVD, so we're trying to figure out how to play it on the radio here.
It's in the PlayStation.
It's frozen.
I'm old school. The only thing I have is cassette, and I gave it to Brother Joe last night.
Cassette. Oh, remember that? Remember those?
I got like 20 DATs. I didn't know which one was the right one. I didn't want to give you some others back.
Got it on laser disc.
All right, we'll try to figure it out. The PlayStation, by the way, sucks for playing DVDs. I hate that.
In the meantime, you might want to try some 2U.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Track 10.
Track 10.
Track 10. No, just
so who's the drummer supposed to be?
Tease.
Is it Phil Rudd, Chris Slade, or Simon Wright?
And he's Phil Rudd. My buddy Bill there.
Yeah,
he's Phil Rudd.
Oh, Phil Rudd. Okay,
we
Bill,
honestly,
real
we're more of
AC/DC fan.
we're a big Bon Scott band, but we have to do a lot of Brian, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But all of us in our hearts are loving Bon Scott a lot more.
All right, here's to finish this segment up about tribute bands.
Right up to flick of the switch, I like them.
If we get the Live Wire
off of Razor Edge, we're all right.
If we get the Live Wire thing working, we'll play a sample of that after the break. But here's Brother Joe's U2 tribute band playing the Halloween party at the Hard Rock Cafe Halloween night.
Yeah.
What about the flight of the bumblebee?
Is that what that is, the flight of the bumblebee?
That's that fast one, yeah.
It's called Flight of the Bumblebee. Imagine the flight of Ben's hog. It just clank, clank, clank.
Lumbering. Boom, boom.
Phantom of the Opera would have to play it. Heavy, awful organ.
Ben's hog music.
No, Ben's cock music. Every time his zipper comes down, it goes bum, 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 bum. And he doesn't have to take it out. Ben just unzips it, and the head wriggles itself out and looks around.
I'm no kin to a rhinoceros.
My God, it's Yul Brenner. My dude.
Yeah, here's Ben's hog music. What's it called?
Baby Elephant Walk.
Baby Elephant Walk. I gotta use this urinal.
Alright. Because while he's talking, that mischievous penis has lowered itself and is now taking hay and shoveling it up. Ben doesn't even notice it's doing it.
Takes water out of the urinal and sprays it down his back.
That's why his hair's always messy. His cock is always spraying urinal water on it.
Picks up the urinal cake, tries to eat it.
He doesn't know. He's on the phone. His cock is trying to put the urinal cake in his mouth. And he still just keeps talking. Psycho Tim with him.
Tom Brady.
All right. Anyway,
where is he? I love looking at him get all upset.
he just shakes his head.
He's shaking it. I can see his head.
Let's say hi to Mike. What's up, Mike?
Hey guys, what's going on?
We're hanging out.
Hey, I'm actually a studio guitarist, and I'm amazed. Like, I know Bono's always the focus of every YouTube tribute band, but Joe, man, you are incredible. I mean, you don't know how tough that really is.
Thanks a lot, dude. It's it takes a little time to tweak, you know.
Yeah, I mean, how many pedals do you run with?
One. It's a Korg AX1500G. It does everything. It's a
multi-effect.
Yep.
Cool.
Multi-effect.
All right, man. Good luck at the show.
Thanks a lot, brother.
I was going to guess that.
I know.
Yeah.
5 people out there just went, okay.
Korg. I'm just waiting. All I want is Korg to be listening. That's all.
Korg.
I just want Korg to be listening.
Get that
I need 8 more of
deal.
them, please.
8 more what?
8 more Korg AX1500Gs. Thank you.
Why, are they good?
Yeah, they're great.
Korg is great.
They do the job.
They do it excellently. They do an excellent job.
Maybe somebody
When
will send
Brother
those to the
Joe
station.
wants to become U2, he reaches for
Korg AX1500G.
We got the guy on the line that did the assault on the media last night, so we're gonna try to move on here. But first, we're gonna try the live wire thing.
Yeah,
again.
see if this works.
All right,
now.
live wire,
Oh,
another
better
band
work.
playing the Halloween party, Halloween night at the Hard Rock Cafe. Here's a sample
on beta.
Live
their
from
work.
BB King's.
Pretty good.
That's really good.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
I'm glad we played the hit like I asked for, Eric. Thanks.
What do you want? Hell's Bells?
I mean,
Bells is up
it helps with the.
Hey, what are you doing? You can't get the
with
lyrics.
the casual fans. That's
Like, what
all.
does he say there in the middle? That love
And snakes.
snakes. What does he say? Ladders?
Yeah. Let us give.
What are ladders? Like what you climb up?
Don't
That never
ask
made
me.
any
The guy's
fucking
dead.
sense
I have
to
no
me.
idea.
Yeah, he can't ask.
Can't even ask him.
you just mumble it.
Ladders and snakes.
That's pretty good.
He's pretty
Ladders
good. You want a
give.
gig?
Huh?
You want a gig?
My Bon Scott and Jerry Lewis are the exact same.
Hey, ladies. Ladders.
I was asking for a hit, so we had Whole Lot of Rosie up there.
Yeah.
Thunderstruck. We had Shoot to Thrill, Hell's Bells, And what's the other one over there in the
Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell, and he picked Sin City.
No, Bill Burr wanted
Holy
Sin City.
Shit!
That's
Thanks,
for the,
Bill.
For the real,
You don't know music.
Bill.
That's for the
Every
real.
term you don't know music.
That's for the real
I'm trying to help
AC/DC
Live
fans.
Wire out over here.
You know, if you worked at the Home of Rock and Roll 5 times, you would have known music.
That's right. I've worked at 3 homes of rock and roll. I know my music. I'm trying to help the band out.
Playing a hit.
That's why every time we got some AC/DC coming up, they always play.
But I understand that. But
no,
see,
Shook Me All Night Long.
if I ever hit, that's like the fucking.
But
I'm doing that 4
Stairway
times
to
at the Hard Rock. Just so you know.
Fucking
But I think
AC/DC.
But I think there's a lot of people with me out there. If
They're
you want to listen
AC/DC
to live,
hacks, and they don't deserve to go to the show.
They want-
All right, if you don't know what fucking Sin City is, stay home.
They want to hear a hit from Live Wire just so they can compare it to the actual AC/DC.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. Am I stupid for thinking that?
Nope.
Which one do you want to hear, Anthony? Now you pick.
Hit.
Thunderstruck.
I want to hear Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell. There
That's
you go.
hilarious. I was like totally getting into it. Like, yeah, Outrage, second
I know,
side,
man. You were
first
like
song.
you were drumming and you were hitting every single drum.
I just want
every accent.
I want
on
to
every
just
single.
drive the
Big
point
AC.
home that
Big
Live Wire
AC.
sounds a lot like AC/DC. And I
Right.
think this is the way we do it right here. Ready to play that, Eric?
You're actually right.
And I apologize to Eric. I didn't know it was a Bill Burr request. We got to go into your iPod. I want to see what you're listening to.
Okay.
You got it here?
Yeah.
All right. We'll do that a little later on the show.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Now
Actually, yeah,
the
Chris-
DVD
That could
stopped.
get embarrassing.
Chris is now playing
Uh-oh.
cross country as doing the AC/DC thing.
Yeah.
He's all over the place, man. You're like bi-coastal now. You're playing out in.
I just want my guys out there from Livewire to realize that I didn't bring that up. You did, Joe.
Oh, okay.
boy.
It's a point of contention that I'm in 2 AC/DC bands now.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you are?
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Oh, boy. That's not good.
Well, no, they don't.
Oh, boy.
They don't intermingle. One's,
Yeah,
West Coast.
Obviously, 'cause
That's
that would be a
always-
problem.
There we go.
It's like having 2 girlfriends. You keep them. What's the 50-mile rule?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. We all can relate to that.
Anything, Hawk?
There you go.
All right, here we go. This will drive the point home, Bill.
The best part here, man, the audience starts singing the whole song. Yeah.
Look at those people.
It was crazy that night. I got douche chills just watching it again.
Gee.
And the DVD is freaking out there.
Oh, of course. Hawk, you want to roadie that?
You got to remember,
Good
it's
job,
a
Hawk.
70s band, so DVDs don't go.
Is that it? There you got it. DVD doesn't pick up the music of a 70s band.
All right, very good. Live Wire, of course.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
ACDCtributeband.com. And for anybody up in Vermont this weekend, we are at Cousins in Bar or Barry, however you guys want to say it up there.
Audio Slave, I like. No, I'm trying to remember my iPod.
Thanks for stepping on my shit, Bill.
You better.
He's fighting back now. I love it.
If there's any Marilyn McCoo and Billy Davis Jr. on there, you're in trouble, my friend.
I did sprain my neck
I
earlier
heard it.
when you made a Fine Young Cannibals reference. You were talking about like current music, and you said Fine Young Cannibals.
No,
we let you
no.
slide on that
I was
one.
saying that having Elvis come to the White House in 1972 to get the kids off of drugs, like they still looked
Yeah.
up to him, was like Bush now getting the
Fine
lead.
Young,
Yeah.
okay,
Fine
no,
Young
all right, now I get
Cannibals
it.
to be hip.
And I made you explain it, and it does work, and I'm sorry.
All
All right.
And you know what?
Thank you. It's about time. I've been here all day. I haven't heard it once.
And you were right about Sin City. That was fucking. I was being an AC/DC snob, and I apologize.
And we love snobs like you, Bill Burr. MySpace.
All right.
We also have a. I'm sorry, Anthony. You want to plug your website, man?
Yeah, let's get the plugs in.
It's a Rush Tribute Band 2112.com.
Very good.
All right.
And Brother Joe.
And Joe, of course.
Of course, not U2.com.
Not
This weekend we will be in Hoboken at the Whiskey Bar on Saturday night.
Mhm.
And on Friday night we're in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania at Shimsa. which is it's an Irish pub.
Oi, an Irish pub, there,
Yeah,
don't
word
you know?
spreads around those Irish
My name
pubs,
is
and they're
Seamus
always
O'Reilly.
I get calls from 50 Declans a week. Hello, it's Declan. Which one? And they're always
All right,
booking
and we'll
us.
see you guys.
All right, gentlemen, thank you.
Very good, guys. Thanks for having us on.
Absolutely.
It's always fun.
2112.
Thank you for being so tolerant, Bill.
And to you.
Oh, no
Appreciate
problem.
it, man.
Thank you for being a snob.
See you.
See
you on Halloween.
Schnob.
At the Big Bash, at the Big Soiree.
Yeah, looking forward
man.
to it.
Oh, yeah, here's some gifts that you can't smash, Opie. I'm sorry. A T-shirt.
I don't-
I know it's a gay T-shirt and all, but...
Let me see.
And Anthony can
Nice.
wax his
Cool.
Escalade.
I'll wax the Escalade with it.
With the live wire T-shirt.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right.
That's
good.
Thanks, guys.
It's got a chamois-like quality
Yes,
to it.
does.
I like that.
It's 100% cotton. It won't leave any swirls.
I like
I feel like a cheap bastard. I've never brought anything in for these guys.
I got a cassette, and then I got T-shirts, and that's all I got.
All right, we got to say hi
Thank
to the
you,
guy
boys.
that did the assault on the media on Channel
Later,
7
guys.
last night.
Thanks, man.
There they go.
Oh, this is the guy that did the assault?
Yeah, Wheel in New Jersey.
Wheel.
Hey, what's up?
What's up,
guys?
What's up, Wheel?
Wheel?
Not much, man.
You
Wheel. My last name.
You really impressed us last night.
Yeah, I don't know how this is going to turn out, though, guys. They were mighty mad.
They were
Mighty mad.
Hold on, Brother Joe is now whispering to Anthony as we try to do a live show.
Hey, just shaking hands to go.
Shaking hands.
'cause he's cutting
We know
out.
you love us. Don't worry about it. You don't have to do the official. All right, here we go. There you go. A little fist for Joe. Okay.
I'll call you later, man.
Thanks, Brother Joe.
Now, what didn't work out well for you, sir?
Well, I haven't had opportunity to see the tape yet. He was saying after I did it, he got all mad and stuff. And I was just kind of hanging out, and Channel 2 was right down the street, getting ready to do another one. So I was like, all right, I'll hit that other one. And then the woman starts screaming bloody murder from Channel 2, saying, you better stay the hell away from me, and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden I turn around, and the cops are standing there.
Yeah, this thing is really taking on a life of its own. It really is. This assault on the media. They're onto us big time. But
when they were talking to the reporter from 7 was talking to the newsroom, and he goes, where are you from? I said, what do you mean, where am I from? He goes, Opie and Anthony, right? I'm like, yeah. He goes, and he was talking to producers. They knew all about it.
Oh, really?
They knew it was coming. He said, oh, I'm going to get the lawyers involved, and you assaulted me. I haven't seen the tape. I didn't touch him. I know I didn't touch him.
Assaulted
well,
him.
they're not going to do anything, or they would have
Right.
done something already.
Don't you worry.
Exactly. I'm not.
Hello. They're just trying to scare you so other people don't do this. But as long as you don't touch the reporters and assault the reporter, you're okay. He assaulted you, my friend. He pushed you right out of the camera.
That's what I said to the nice officers. I got to give a shout out to my buddies up where I was. I'm not going to go into it, but
okay.
They helped me out up there.
All right. Well, your video is up on opieandanthony.com, but walk us through the one you did for Channel 7 there.
I was standing right across the street at the hospital, and I'm looking, and my buddy called me. He was like, they're live, but they always go to that tape, and I didn't want to blow it on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
taking your advice, Anthony.
Yes.
Absolutely. You got to wait for the second one because they got nowhere to go.
Right.
So I walked up, and I'm about 4 foot away, and I saw him stop talking, so I just turned around and walked away. I'm having a cigarette, and all of a sudden I looked, and he picked up the microphone, and I walked right over and just walked right up next to him, and I was like, hey, how you doing? You listen to Opie Anthony on XM? And he just looked at me, and he put his arm on my chest, and he kept talking. You know what? I'll give him credit. He did. I was right in his face, as you could tell, and he kept talking, and as soon as it ended, he turned around, he's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I was hoping the camera was still on, but he was really fucking pissed.
It was great.
We gotta have these guys like somehow have another friend filming it, like
filming
somebody
it.
said the other day, so you can start getting these.
I would love to see the other angle.
I was
yeah.
going to bring a video camera with me and videotape me doing him, but I didn't think it was going to work out too well. So
Man, if the guy that did the attack held a camcorder, that would be great. The pest eye view.
Yeah, Buffalo Paul has done that in the past. It works out pretty well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I thought that would be pretty cool, but no, it worked out all right. I ended up getting my car towed, but
why?
Because I left so quick out of the house, I forgot to grab my license, and the cop was like, "Hey, where's your stuff?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't have it." So they towed my car, but it was cool. I had my girlfriend come pick me up.
Towed your car for not having your license on you?
License, registration, or
raped him with a plunger.
Oh,
and you took our advice. You engaged the reporter in a little conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I tried, the guys.
You know, we've done the air horns, the costumes. Now the latest thing is to just kind of engage the reporter as he's trying to do his live report.
Standing next to him, just have a little chit-chat.
little chit-chat.
Absolutely.
Let's go to your audio. The video is up on opieandanthony.com, but listen to this.
Okay. The search dogs actually missed the 10-year-old boy the first time they went by that house. Don't know if that matters now. He's a little dehydrated with a few cuts and bruises, but he'll be okay. We're live in Perth Amboy tonight with some company. Jeff Begays, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Everybody's celebrating out there. Jeffrey, thank you.
Everybody's celebrating out there.
No, that guy's not celebrating. That's a pest.
That's a pest. This pest.
Oh, man. We think you might be in the lead, Wheel.
Maybe.
Wow, that'd be great.
It could go either way, but we like the subtle approach that you took, and I think you might be the new leader in the Assault on the Media contest for October.
Excellent, guys.
We have to kind of study the tapes
that's a
after
hard
the show.
one.
It's definitely hard.
It's got to be judged on a whole
I
other
like
thing.
the other dude having the presence of mind to jump on either side of the person's shoulder.
Yeah, that was really good.
The shrill in his voice.
Yelling.
Pulling his hair.
Pulling at his hair like he's pulling his hair out.
All right, guys, I gotta get this truck inspected. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right. Thank you, Wheels.
No problem.
Or
man.
Wheel, whatever. All right.
You guys suck.
All right, there he goes, Wheel.
Wheels.
Helping out the show.
Got a cool nickname and everything.
Definitely.
Hey, Wheels.
The video's up on opieandanthony.com.
1955.
Yeah.
They call me Sticks. I play the drums.
Oh, God. Fucking JP from BAB. Listening to our show a little too closely. Jesus Christ. Stop, JP. You're embarrassing yourself.
Oh, no.
Guy used to work for me. He's an intern, and now he does mornings at BAB, and he basically did our There's No Santa bit and got some coverage on that, and now he's doing the whole the Doppler 2 million bit.
No way.
Yeah, he is.
The Doppler 2 million?
JP, you're going to hear this later because you listen to the replay. Stop.
Does he call himself the Punisher?
Stop, JP. Stop. Stop.
No, that's, because I heard that Doppler 2 million bit on a different station before I brought it in. So they are bringing...
Just stop, JP, please. Steve came up with this thing as far as the Assault on the Media contest goes.
Breaking news now. Listeners of XM Satellite Radio's Opie and Anthony program have taken the radio show's Assault on the Media promotion to a disturbing new level. Originally, fans of the two radio hosts have been tormenting television news reporters. Recently, a rogue faction of fans calling themselves pests has taken the promotion one step further. And some are saying too far. A pizzeria in Staten Island, New York was struck last week.
Yo, you got too much ricotta in the calzone. Opie and Anthony XM Satellite Radio. Opie and Anthony XM Satellite Radio.
What the fuck are your problem? Meanwhile, in a hospital delivery room in Duluth.
Congratulations, Mrs. Phelps. You got a brand new baby.
Opie and Anthony!
Whoopsie. And in a confessional booth in Boston, Massachusetts.
Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 6 weeks since I listened to Opie and Anthony on XM Satellite Radio.
O&A Party Rock, XM 202. In your face, Father!
Hey, what the Christ is your problem, man?
And finally, in a Parkway rest area in New Jersey.
Hey, down here. Opie and Anthony. XM 202. O&A Party Rock.
No one knows for sure where these so-called pests will strike next. But one thing is certain, the Opie and Anthony virus is spreading.
Jesus, Steve. You got a new name, Over the Top Steve.
Was that a promo for an Assault on the Media? Why were they in an emergency room?
No, see, they're taking the concept to the next level. And now they're just assaulting.
Assaulting everything.
Everything.
Right.
All over the place.
My God.
Assaulting society in general, right, Steve?
Right.
That's the concept?
Yeah.
I like when Steve explains the concepts after we play these things.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, now I get it.
After
Explain the concept of the latest promo you just made.
The concept was actually brought to me by...
Quiet.
Eric. That was Eric's idea.
Oh, my God. Look, he instantly,
No.
He doesn't see us going, wow, oh, my God, that is the funnious thing. That really good. We're asking a couple of questions about it, so he instantly goes, that was Eric's idea.
The former head of FEMA's going to be coming in here apologizing.
I did the best job I thought I could do.
Even if you guys were jerking off all over it, I'd still give credit to Eric. So, his concept was pests would be like assaulting the other XM channels, I think. Like, so you'd hear like an XM jock singing a song. So we tried that a little bit, and it died after like 15 seconds.
Boring!
Yeah, we couldn't go anywhere with it. So we sat around and said, well, all right, well, where wouldn't you have an assault on the media? You know, and so all of a sudden we're like, restaurants.
Where wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Was this a brainstorming meeting?
There was. I was
like you sit together and go, all right, here's a list of
What
places you wouldn't want somebody shouting out O&A Party Rock.
What were some of the places suggested, but you didn't go there?
You didn't.
We didn't go with, I'm trying to think, because there were so many ideas.
Oh, so many.
Anybody?
Help.
Does anyone remember?
Nathaniel?
I like fans
what are you rolling their hands
wide
for?
range of characters. that
I
he can do.
know. Yeah, Nathaniel's wide range.
Playing Brad Garrett, I mean, just spot on. Sounded nothing like the character he did in that one.
Yeah, but that's
just bad.
That's the beauty of these.
The fan delivery is unchangeable.
I'm going to defend Than. I think it's brilliant. Now we got to play the Raymond bit promo.
Oh, no, he sounds just like Brad Garrett. I challenge you. Fuck those tribute bands that were just in here. Listen to this. This is
Next
true.
time on a very special Everybody Loves Raymond, Ray's brother needs a helping hand.
Ray, I got a problem, man. You gotta help me.
Oh.
I picked up a tranny last night at Hunts Point, and there was an accident.
No.
We were trying this erotic asphyxiation thing, and she was supposed to pitch me before it ran out of air.
What are you doing? But Ray's father isn't buying it.
What a load of bull. Come on. All right, you got me. I picked him up on 10th Avenue.
The family hijinks don't stop there.
Ray, you gotta help me get rid of the body.
I don't want to do it.
No, come on, it'll be fun. We'll chop it up and bury it out in Jersey.
I live on Long Island.
All on the next Everybody Loves Raymond. Tonight at 8.
Bravo, Than. Bravo.
Thanks, Opie. You know, it gets harder when the impression gets longer than two
bury
words.
We'll bury it out on Long Island. It's just the Than.
I didn't know I was doing a Brad Garrett until halfway through that.
Really?
You knew exactly what you were doing.
It sounds just like Brad Garrett.
Did you try to do a different
When they have
voice?
to have, like, before...
Or does it just come out like that?
I tried to sound like somebody who had just got in trouble for accidentally killing a transsexual.
But it sounded just like you describing it just there.
Well...
He's doing Brad Garrett again. Wait a minute.
Just now.
Yeah. Keep doing it. He's like those actors. Afterwards, they just, they can't let the
he's
character
caught up
go.
in the character.
I can't find the off switch. I don't know
No.
what's going on. Yeah.
And that sounded just like the guy in the thing we just heard.
Exactly.
Assault on the Media
Assault on the
bit.
Media promo.
But I got excited in that one, so that was cool.
Oh, you
barely.
did?
You barely got excited.
I screamed like a maniac.
I thought that was somebody else. Yeah.
So then I did a good job.
Then you must have done a good job.
Jesus
You're right.
Christ.
You're holding back your scream, you know that. You're yelling.
Yeah, his scream is like, it's like total monotone, but louder.
Yeah, just louder
I am upset. I am upset.
It's a higher.
Well, it's because he was in a church, He didn't want to disrupt too much. Just enough. Just a little.
In your face.
Father.
Now you're just exaggerating.
Now it's exaggeration to be funny. You're right.
Crazy.
How'd that work out with Harry?
Well, I got 100% of the votes.
100% of the votes against Harry. So
Yep.
you will not be losing your hair.
Nope.
Neither will our staff. Harry's got to shave his head, I guess, and so does Little Fezzy.
Little Fezzy,
Little Fezzy has to because you were judged funnier.
Yes.
Because one judge called up.
Yep.
Yes. Ron and Fez will be talking about this a lot today on their
judge.
show. Starting at 11 right after this
yes,
program.
they will.
On 202.
Which is Opie's way of saying he's done with it.
Well, congratulate. I just wanted to congratulate you,
I never felt the bit. I got to be honest with you. It has nothing to do with you. I don't want to do bits with Harry. I just don't like
Well,
that.
you know what it is. I know what it
the
is.
guy.
I know what it is. It's not so much not feeling the bit, because who wouldn't be into some kind of you're funnier than this guy bit, or you're not as funny as this guy bit. It works. You just don't like Harry so much. You want no involvement with
I
Harry
don't want anything
at
to
all.
do with him. No.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
There's people I don't like, but I know
And he's not even the one that shit
there's
under my
people,
desk.
Jesus, there's a lot of people I don't like, but I know they can do good radio, so we go
Yeah.
with it. There's nothing there for me.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Not feeling it.
No, and it has nothing to do with you, Nathaniel, because I know we've kind of turned our backs on you a little bit. We know you're funny. We like your humor. I like the dryness and the sarcasm. But I just wasn't feeling the competition with Harry.
He was just jettisoned from the show like garbage. Like
well, we went with
garbage.
it in the beginning, and I'm like, ugh, why is this guy even in our studio?
Yeah.
I couldn't even look at him.
Like other guys come in like Bill, they got interesting stories. Bill the intern comes in and he's just a psychopath or something. Harry was just like,
and he's kind of, I don't know, and he's pompous.
Yeah.
In a weird way. It's I don't know what it is.
A little smug.
Smug, you think?
Well, no part
I
of
just
him.
like that word.
He's been.
But
taken
Ron and
down
Fez
today.
will be riding this bit, and they'll make it funny, and they'll have a good time with it. So listen to Ron and Fez today. I'm sure Nathaniel will be on the show discussing it further,
Congrats,
right?
Tam.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your support, Anthony.
Oh, I definitely called up and had to support you.
Yes.
The fact that he just rips off Seinfeld bits. If you're going to rip off somebody's friggin' material, the Seinfeld thermostat bit, I mean, it's just classic
Try to get a
Seinfeld
little more
bit.
obscure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
Steve, thank you.
Rip off Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he doesn't mind.
No, he doesn't care. I'll kick his ass.
Rear naked choke.
Hey, we're talking about Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
On Imus.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's actually Rob Bartlett doing this Brian Wilson character.
Hysterical.
It's taken over the world on TV.
Love it.
It really is. Imus is riding this one, and he's helping us out in the process because he's wearing an Opie and Anthony T-shirt and calling Imus Opie, and then Imus is giving us huge plugs on MSNBC.
Tell him where to get the T-shirts.
Yeah, he's a fan and a friend, certainly, right?
Yeah.
So we got some audio of the Brian Wilson character doing weather. Listen to this.
Cozumel and Cancun to get the worst of the storm system today. Paddling back here. How am I supposed to keep continuing with this?
Brian Wilson.
Let's send him down. Let's send him down to Cozumel and Cancun.
Oh, hey, Party Rock, let's get Joe, too.
He's doing assaults on the media,
That's his
too.
assault on the media. He got behind the weather guy and started freaking out.
Very good. And then Imus had a whole discussion about my brother's T-shirts, just in case you missed it from earlier today. We'll play this again here, okay? Anthony, Dee Dee's outside the studio. She's trying to pitch
Dee Dee
a show.
from Washington?
She's trying to pitch a show for 202.
Is it a
Two
mix-
Chicks and a Dick or something like that? Yep. Is the name of the show, right?
Two Chicks and a Dick?
And we got excerpts. All right, we'll talk to Dee Dee
What,
after
the
the
guy's
break.
name is Dick, who's the co-host?
Yeah, it must be.
Have you met Dee Dee yet?
No, I haven't.
She's a lovely, lovely lady, Bill.
Mythbusters and a Jackass? Is that what they're pitching?
Shock Jock Radio with lawsuits.
I like it.
Here's Imus talking about us and T-shirts and everything else.
How's Opie and Anthony doing, by the way? I see you have their T-shirt on.
I don't know. How are you, Opie? 08 Party Rock XM 202.
Someone in my family stole my Opie and Anthony T-shirt, and you can't. They're on XM Satellite Radio. You can't get another Opie and Anthony T-shirt. Well, you can, but you have to get a hold of Opie's brother.
It's a process.
And Opie's brother, what's his brother's name? Do you know?
Elmo.
Elmo. You have to get a hold of Opie's brother, Elmo. What were their parents thinking about, by the way? Opie and Elmo. Anyway, you have to get a hold of Elmo.
His sister, Betty Bumperjack.
And who the hell knows where Elmo is? But Elmo, he eventually will send you the shirt. So
Yeah, you just got to meet him with cash in an alleyway.
But you have to pay for the shirt ahead of time. And then I guess what he does is he makes them once he gets the money. So how much are they? About $19, $20, something like that, or more?
Well, it depends. Double XL, got that fat boy surcharge.
Anyway, 28 after the hour.
There you go, our buddy, our pal,
Anyway.
Imus, helping out the show earlier this morning. Thank you, Imus. Thank you.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. I'll leave that over here, okay? Hey, you know how we've been doing the news teases?
Yeah.
That's always funny to me.
Yeah.
Oh, the Imus, yeah.
You know, the outrageous news teases? Our favorite is still in the machine here.
One city wants to pack all their sex offenders into a 3-block area. Problem is, it could be right next to your house.
Well, South Park has jumped on the bandwagon. The South Park season has begun.
Yeah.
And they're doing a little bit on that.
Oh.
Want to hear some audio?
Tom, I'm currently 10 miles outside of Beaverton, unable to get inside the town proper. We do not have any reports of fatalities yet, but we believe that the death toll may be in the hundreds of millions. Beaverton has only a population of about 8,000, Tom, so this would be quite devastating. Any word on how the survivors in the town are doing, Mitch? We're not sure what exactly is going on inside the town of Beaverton, Tom, but we're reporting that there's looting, raping, and, yes, even acts of cannibalism. My God, you've actually seen people looting, raping, and eating each other. No, we haven't actually seen it, Tom. We're just reporting it.
Fucking brilliant.
Oh, that's great.
Fucking brilliant. Something we've been discussing on the show for many, many weeks. They're obviously referring to the old hurricane.
Yeah.
Hurricane Katrina. That is really good.
That's funny, man. Very funny.
You were saying in the office, too, that originally they said they were going to get like 10,000 victims out of this thing.
Yeah, remember Fox News and CNN? They were reporting the death toll, the projected death toll, and it was well into the tens of thousands. It was like at least 10 or 15,000.
Right.
Other people said 20. Well, they finally tallied up all the dead.
Is this an
in
official
New Orleans?
total?
Yeah, the official total was 990. It was just short of 1,000 people that perished. A lot of people, but when you got Panicky Pete's on the news saying 10,000 people
over and over again,
15,000 people
throwing
dead.
the fear at us,
yeah,
day in and day out, and then the number comes out, it's less than 1,000, which is a relief. You got to think. For the people in that area.
When you had Geraldo and all these other clowns standing there pointing at a dead body, Shepard Smith in the street, and saying, this man is just laying here dead. Countless others in countless other places here in New Orleans. Others under the water in their houses. This will be a huge death toll.
We're going to find thousands of people dead in their attics.
Yeah, that's
Remember all that
that's
stuff?
what they thought.
So the total comes out. Where was it reported? Like on page 89?
Yeah, I saw it was a little snippet in the paper.
It wasn't the big headline, right?
No.
It wasn't on the front page, nothing like that.
What are they going to write? We fucked up.
Yeah.
Well,
tens of thousands, not dead. Yeah.
Alive.
What a miracle.
Got another clip from South Park.
This is a Fox News update. Global warming disaster. Global warming appears to have struck as predicted in the Colorado Rockies. All around the country, panic and chaos are settling in. Tom, I'm standing just outside of Chicago where the panic of global warming has already caused countless deaths. Already we're reporting that the death toll here in Chicago is over 600 billion people.
With the crickets in the background.
Fuck it, South Park.
Oh, that is good. That show's been on for so long, and I swear, when I think, maybe they've run it their course and everything, you watch an episode and go, no, this shit is still fucking funny.
They're still doing it. Bravo to those guys, Matt and Trey and the gang. That's really funny.
That is true, though. Every time I see that show, it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's hysterical.
And it's like sophomoric and like brilliant at the same time.
Yeah, Cartman kills me every time. You think that character would get old after 10 years, but it's hysterical.
I don't know. Yeah.
And then Steve's very, very upset today because over 50 people have sent this clip in today.
50.
Get Steve. Whenever something happens, Steve gets it sent to him not once, not twice, but sometimes hundreds of times. Right, Steve?
Yeah.
What's this clip about? Everyone thought this was very important to send to you so we can play on the show today.
There's an animated series on Comedy Central called Drawn Together, and it's a bunch of superheroes, I think. And, it's another one of these referential kind of comedies like The Simpsons and Family Guy and South Park. And they referenced the word schwoogie last night.
Really?
And that clip was coming in all night.
All night. We're starting to think that we might have came up with the term schwoogie.
Wow, if
or
we
the
could
old
influence society like that. We have to find an earlier use of the term schwoogie, earlier than 1995. 96.
96 about 96.
96. Find an earlier usage, and they'll get credit for it. But as far as I'm concerned, we invented the word schwoogie.
Bruce Mittman, thank you. It made TV yesterday.
Damn you all! I almost finished what my ancestors started, and I would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for that meddling schwoogie.
Schwoogie.
Is it Yiddish or not?
Yiddish
Yeah,
term?
it is. I got a definition last night. It is a Yiddish word, or
Well,
it's like a hybrid, if you will.
Well, let's get the Yids to call and tell us.
Oh, Jesus.
What, is that bad?
It's kind of derogatory.
To call them Yids?
Well, what is schwoogie? That
Yeah.
isn't exactly not derogatory. Right?
Yeah, but for some reason, that's fine.
But see, Anthony's a racist, so he didn't really...
I am not a racist.
That didn't really filter at all in his brain.
Yid.
I just want to talk to a Yid.
What is the definition?
Yeah, what is the definition?
Of a schwoogie?
What is it? Give me the definition. If you got the definition,
Or did
last
I already
night,
hear
Steve.
the definition at the Hard Rock Cafe?
I think you probably heard it at the Hard Rock during your first appearance numerous times. Yeah, what a crowd we had there. Wow. Wow, did they just go off. Without even any provocation, you know? I'll give it to them if they're provoked.
Yeah, but then there was no reprimand on any level.
Oh, because that would work. There was there was reprimand. I went, now stop it. What are you doing?
Yeah.
What is that?
Okay.
Can't reprimand these people. They'll kill you.
The word comes from a combination of the Yiddish or bastardized German word for black, schwarze, and boogie, short for jigaboo.
What?
So the word is pronounced shvoogie. That's the definition I got emailed last night.
From where?
A Yid.
From who?
From a Yiddish person or a Jewish person.
That's horrendous.
I don't buy it.
No.
I have no idea how to verify that. I've been speaking with other Jewish people.
All right.
Yeah.
My dad used it. Josh. Let's say hi to Josh. Hey, Josh.
Hey, how's it going?
All right,
Josh. I don't know anything about the Yiddish term, but I know when I was a kid, I grew up in a redneck family in Bucks County, PA, and my father used to call them swiggies all the time. I was about 8 years old. I'm 33 now.
All right, so maybe we didn't invent the word, Anthony.
Yeah.
Hey, Robin.
At least we can admit that we didn't invent everything. All right, we're going to break.
You guys like bummed out. We didn't invent that word of hate.
Kind of bummed. We were
Thought
excited.
we were the original with that slur.
We're excited. At least we acknowledge when we didn't invent something.
That slur.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
I mean, you're still young, man. You can come up with a new racist term.
It's so hard, though. So many have been taken, and
Well,
all
pick
the
an
good
obscure
ones.
group.
No one really wants to work on a
Like
new
Eskimos.
No one
Is
really
there a good one for an
dislikes the
Eskimo?
Bill.
Does anyone dislike an Eskimo enough where that would catch on? Enough
Bill.
people?
White people in Alaska, I'm sure they got some for.
You need a group of people that a lot of people don't like, for whatever reason. And that would work. How about Vietnam? Well, Vietnamese had Charlie.
Dude, are you
or
kidding me?
Gook.
You can't. The level of hatred that it just. When I was in Georgia, they had a word for like women that they weren't into, like they were called Bamas. Like somehow
Really?
Alabama was considered more fucked up than Georgia.
Georgia?
No,
Alabama,
because they're called Buffalo Betties in Buffalo.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But
Buffalo
I'm
Betties.
I'm saying that there's obscure,
a little
shit.
localized.
Yeah, so there's no way if you talk to somebody from maybe Juneau or fucking Anchorage that they don't have something for an Eskimo. Sure they do.
True. Okay.
You fucking
I agree now.
harpoon chucker.
And by the way, Bill,
you blubberita.
Yeah, you
don't give me enough credit. I've been trying to come up with a new word for a long time.
Oh, for what?
Okay.
And I came up with the word cunk. It's not in the dictionary.
Yeah, but it didn't really catch on.
I know, but I tried.
And what is it?
You call a girl a cunk.
It's just because it sounded like the C word, though.
Well, we try to get
Is it
that
a combination?
Going. There's no
like
word.
Larpenter? Is that like a cunt?
I invented the word cunk. C-U-N-K. Look it up. There's no word in the dictionary yet.
All right, how about a definition?
We need a good definition, then we could hand it in.
So it's a word before a definition is even.
We're feeling the whole where you call someone a cunk. But that's as far as we got with the new word.
Yeah,
we were
that's
actually
like
told.
fugly.
Yeah.
I understand, but don't you think by now cunk should be a word? We've been around a long time.
We were told we weren't allowed to use the word cunk either on the air.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
After we used it a while, we were told, we were told not to use it.
Yeah, on commercial radio, we started calling girls and stuff cunks.
You cunk.
And they actually sat us down and in an office and told us we just weren't allowed to use a word that doesn't exist. That's how crazy commercial radio got.
Yeah, because they knew what you were doing.
But that doesn't matter.
They
That's
were
not
on
what
to
the
you.
FCC is all
Well, I mean,
about.
you could sing songs like "Get the Funk Out of My Face." I mean, you know what he was trying to say,
Right.
Back in the disco era,
right?
Very good. Coke spoon around your neck.
A couple of photoshops showing up with me in an action figure box with my new shotgun that I got yesterday, and me on the cover of Clint Eastwood movie, me in the video of the Columbine, the closed-circuit Columbine.
Yeah, that's a little twisted.
Killing. Outside the bank in Dog Day Afternoon.
Yep.
And a couple of it in a G.I. Joe box. Me walking with the Earps In Tombstone?
Yeah.
A bunch of clowns. Very funny.
All right. We're going to take a break. As we go to break, we're going to play the Kaplan Brothers, their latest creation, Anthony.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good one. Wabbit season, duck season.
What's that noise?
Daffy coming up to me, and I gather I shoot his bill off.
I'm watching this.
Oh, no. Yeah, there's Daffy getting shot.
There you go. You're going to have to go to whackbag.com, wackbag.com. Go to Photoshop. They do a good job every day.
Yeah.
Photoshop's based on The Daily Show. Okay, the Kaplan Brothers from Silence of the Lambs, the musical, the CD's out there. These guys are touring the country now in small theaters with this whole thing. And here's a song they came up with that is not on the CD. They were proud of, and they sent to us directly. So here it is.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me hard. I'd fuck me so hard. Screaming from afar, getting on my nerves. Hey, you in the mirror with the lovely set of curves. Such a pretty face, full inviting lips, multiple tattoos, childbearing hips. There's a whole lot of fish in the sea, but none of those bitches are me. Take a chance, never know in the end if you're gonna get lucky. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me hard. I'd fuck myself so fucking hard. This butterfly shed its cocoon. It's spreading its wings straight for the stars. Once I cut off the meat, I'll be ready, complete, and I'd fuck me so hard. Lipstick and mascara, nipple with a ring, close to being done, let me hide my thing. I'd buy me a drink, get lost in my eyes, I'd flirt and I'd wink, I'd seduce me with lies. The guys at the bar, they'd ignore me, they'd dodge me and duck me. But now they'd fuck me, I'd fuck me too, I'd fuck me fucking black and blue. This basement's a castle and Billy's the king, or is it queen? Either way, I'm in charge. Once I finish the dress, I'll be perfect, the best. Why would anyone want less? Ask me out, the answer's yes. Yes, I fuck me so hard.
Hey, asshole, thank you for the scraps. Instead, I think I'll set a trap. I'm probably doomed, but I just got a brilliant idea. Precious, come here. I'd fuck me well. I'd fuck me till I burn in hell. I'd have me, I'd do me, I'd rape me, I'd screw me, and get in the back of a car. I would stalk me, I'd chase me, I'd lift me, I'd taste me, I won't have to look very far. I'll be grateful, complacent, come back in my basement and fuck me so hard.
Wow, across America. True tales from the road.
Real people, real stories, real boo.
I just want to thank them sexy little minxes in that Cavalier on Monday that wowed me on I-24 right before I crossed into Tennessee going eastbound. That blonde was so fucking hot with her creamy white boobies and beautiful big pink nipples on the end. Yeah, this is Mike the Trucker over here on Interstate 70, 20 miles outside of Baltimore, Maryland. I had this real high-class, one of those high-maintenance women come up beside me, pointed to my sticker, and whipped her right titty out, and it was really fine-looking. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
I'm on Interstate 10, east-west in Louisiana. I'm on the 103. I just got wowed by this. I guess they're nice chicks, but I'm gay. I guess they're nice. I don't know.
If you get wowed, call the Opie and Anthony Wow line, 866-WOW-ME-05.
And if you need a wow sticker, go to opieandanthony.com.
Very proud of my big tip.
All right. People are starting their evacuation from Orlando.
Why are they leaving Orlando?
Hurricane
I'm flying
Wilma.
there in a couple of weeks.
You know,
I am.
I'll be there.
I'm going to see the bodies
Friday.
floating down the street.
I'm going right for the hurricane. I'm going exclusively just to see what Hurricane Wilma's all about.
You are not flying into Orlando Friday.
Yes, I am.
And I will not be flying
By the
into
way,
Miami
Friday
Saturday.
is tomorrow.
No, they'll have...
You will not be flying in.
Yes,
They're
I will.
leaving now.
Doesn't matter.
You think the people at the airport are going to be waiting?
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen? The survivors are going to be raping each other inside that Epcot ball.
The big
at
Epcot ball?
Disneyland. Yeah, that's going to be their Superdome.
The Epcot ball will be floating. That's all they'll show from the helicopter.
You're not
rolls
getting
over
to
slowly.
Disney until Monday.
I am leaving Friday. I am checking in. I will enjoy.
You're not going to make it to Orlando
I will
tomorrow.
absolutely Orlando. Dude, you know what?
They just showed a live shot. People are leaving Orlando. You think the people that work at the airport are going to go, we'll wait. We'll wait until Anthony lands?
This hurricane has to make a drastic U-turn. They have no idea where it's going as far as the U-turn goes.
Wrong.
When a hurricane's going straight, they got a pretty good idea if there's no steering winds which way it's going. When it's got to make that boomerang hook like it's going to do, they don't know where it's going to end up. This thing could end up hitting.
It's following a pattern that they've seen many, many times.
No,
they just don't know exactly where.
Not only
it's gonna hit.
Not only that, but Orlando isn't on the beach. There's enough real estate there where that thing will be a category. If it hits at a 4 on the coast, it'll be a 2 by the time it hits
That's not
Orlando.
what I heard.
Anthony.
That's not what I heard.
That's not what I heard. I heard it's coming in.
What'd
coming
you
in
hear?
hard, man.
You better hope the people that are working at the airport have the same logic as you. Is what I'm saying.
Who needs to work there?
They're
You
gonna
got
be-
one guy with the friggin' lights in his hand to bring me to the terminal.
In the
the other
words-
guy that pressed the button to bring the terminal thing
In
out.
the words of Jim Norton, there's going to be a lot of panicky Pete's down there.
Not
and
on
they are going to be
Friday.
leaving their jobs to go to safety.
Not on
You will
Friday.
not be flying into Orlando tomorrow.
You
Mark
watch
my word.
me. Yeah, this guy's broadcasting from Orlando on Fox. Pull him up. What's he saying?
No, this is...
What's he saying?
Evacuation orders actually for non-residents and tourists. That went out yesterday, and the truth is a lot of those non-residents and tourists did heed those orders. They are pretty much gone, but you still have a whole lot of people who are in this
There's a
area.
dress code.
I can tell you this much, John, also. Now, we do know that Wilma, she is a Category 4 right now, and it appears, according to Max
weaken.
Mayfield, as if this thing is going to stretch out a little bit longer. Here in the Keys, the Monroe County officials have decided that they're going to wait
He's in the
24
Keys.
hours before they make it mandatory for residents of the Keys area to get the big on boot and get on out of here. Swing it behind me, Chris, if you could a little bit.
Swing
What's
it.
going on right now is here.
They're
has been
boarding up
taking
windows
place for the
again.
past-
Let me tell you what's going to happen with this hurricane. Let meteorologist Anthony tell you. This thing is going to clip the Yucatan Peninsula. It's going to weaken. And then it's going to go into the Gulf and not make as hefty a U-turn as they say. It's going to weaken because the water's just not as warm as it was where it was. And it's just going to continue to weaken. And it'll probably hit somewhere.
I hope that fucking
off
thing
Florida,
comes
but
right back around.
That thing
and
ain't
just
gonna
fucking
do shit.
smacks you in your fucking plane.
And it certainly ain't going to hurt my flight tomorrow. My flight will be on time. I will go down there, and it'll be wonderful.
Even
This
if
is
you
denial.
land, yeah,
This is total denial.
without a doubt, because you'll be in your hotel for a few hours.
One
then you-
day I'll
and then
have
you're
some
gonna
rain.
Evacuate and go north for a while.
I'm
and
not
don't tell me
evacuating.
hurricanes don't do damage in Orlando.
Have you ever seen Disney
My sister lives
destroyed-
in Orlando and she lost her roof.
Disney
last year.
has never been destroyed by a hurricane.
And some of those big trees just disappeared.
Let me tell you something.
Thank
While the
God.
wind's blowing and everyone's freaking out, you know what I'll be hearing?
Yo-ho, a pirate's life for me.
That's what I'll be hearing.
No, you won't.
Please stand clear of the monorail doors as they close.
He's going to be drinking bath water with fucking mouse ears on his head by Saturday.
I'm supposed to fly into Miami Saturday and then
Now that's a problem.
and then go somewhere after that.
Miami
and,
on Saturday.
Well, I'm just hoping that they take.
I'll fly around it?
Oh, they-
Good.
I'm
Tell me
hoping-
how Africa looks.
I'm
Or
hop-
if they go the other way, tell me what Asia looks like.
I'm hoping for a fly around Saturday morning.
You're going to have in midair refueling to fly around this monster.
I'm going to end up in the Catskills for my vacation. I know it. I'm going to be at fucking Lake Placid or something.
Come
You're
up and
gonna
see
be
me
in
in
the
Albany.
Catskills.
I'll be there on Sunday, man.
No one puts Opie in a
playing
corner.
The egg.
I'm going to be in the fucking Adirondacks like horseback riding. I don't want to do that. I want to be scuba diving. It ain't happening.
Going to be scuba diving at Disney, I think.
At least I'm not delusional, man. We're both fucked.
Do you know...
We're both fucked.
It's far enough inland and to the east in Florida where that much land, it's fine. There'll be some rain. There'll be a lot of rain and wind. But I wouldn't worry about it. Walt built all that in. Walt knew that hurricanes hit down there.
Well, let's go.
Walt was dead when they built Disney World, but he knew.
Let's go to O-Town. Kelly in
O-Town.
O-Town, check it in.
Hey, O-Town, what a bunch of pussies. I'm actually from Orlando, but listen, I was here last year during all those
pussy name.
3 hurricanes.
Yeah.
First ones in 40 years. They're a bunch of pussies. Everybody boarded up their windows in Orlando, but we did have flatline winds, 80 mile an hour, which is the freakiest thing I've ever seen. It doesn't gust. It's just solid winds. And by the way, Anthony, Disney shut down, like, for the first time ever, because, you know, those money-hungry bitches, they don't shut down for anything. They shut down last year for that. So if you're planning on going and seeing Donald, good luck if these pussies panic again.
No, they won't. You know, there's the PGA Tour they're playing down there, Disney?
Yeah.
And everything's fine. They're all down there. Everything's dandy. Don't worry about it.
All right, well, let's go to Joe in O-Town. Joe?
Yo, what's up? This guy's stealing all my thunder here. What's up?
What's up?
I was calling about the Hurricanes, too. I was here for all 3 of them. And, Disney was open, like, the next day after all of them. Not even.
Of course.
There's no damage whatsoever. I don't know what the hell. They're, like, in a different country over there or something. I don't know, man.
All right. Thank you, Joe.
Later, guys.
All right. Well, and then
they always evacuate the keys, and then that's it. Everything else is fine.
Well, let's hear Presser. Presser, what's up?
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
Actually, it's Tresser with a T. That's all right,
Nice.
guys. I live in Port Charlotte, Florida, and I just want to let everyone know that we're all going to die.
Wow, everyone in Florida?
Everyone, every single one just gone. Boom.
All right. Well, the hurricane is slowing down a little bit. Now they're saying Sunday, 2 a.m. It's not even hitting. Wow, it's really...
Look, it's not supposed to hit...
Oh, I'm getting a little excited. Look
It's
at
not
that.
supposed to hit where I'm going to be until Monday afternoon.
Monday at 2 a.m.
Yet they're going to close the airport Friday.
Saturday at 2 a.m. It's way over there.
Yeah, but that's like right where you got to go.
No, I have to go further south from there. But what's that thing right there? Is that the Yucatan Peninsula thing?
The Yucatan.
All right, so it's going to be over there.
Yeah.
I'll be in Miami. Then I do the little fly around to my little island. I'm good. I'm good to go.
Both of you guys are going to be in a
I'm good to go.
bed and breakfast in Rochester, New York.
Vermont.
I'm not going horseback riding, and I'm not checking out leaves.
No,
I
this is
want
great.
to scuba dive.
The foliage is changing.
Shut
Wonderful.
up.
You can be one of those
Great orange.
Shut up.
Those vests, with the no sleeves, orange parka.
Orange vest.
Wow, man, if my pilot could do a little loop-de-loo...
Where's he going?
I'm going to be fine.
You're going to have to fly over Cuba.
I think we're going to have to... No, can you fly over Cuba?
I don't think we're allowed to fly over Cuba.
Oh, man, then we're going to have to go all the way down to, like, Haiti.
Not allowed to fly over Cuban airspace.
Really?
I really don't think we are.
Oh, my God. So how do we do this, then?
You got to kind of go around.
They're going to take us all the way around? Maybe
you got to go, you got to skirt the Gulf Coast. You're going to be able to see, New Orleans.
No.
And then you got to go south.
Holy crap.
You're screwed.
How the hell do... that's the problem.
You are screwed.
Because of stupid Cuba, I still might be screwed. That's in the way.
He's going to be diving in Lake Winnipesaukee.
Looking at that pirate down
Coming back.
They don't give up their dead. I know, Bill.
That's right.
BillBurr.com, everyone.
You can find the lake monster.
All right, we have
Lake George.
We got the guy from Giant Magazine coming in to talk about scary Halloween movies. That should be worth about 2 minutes. And then we got Dee
I just flipped you the bird. Oh, be good. Well deserved.
And we got Dee, what, 2 chicks and a dick? Yep. They're coming in a few minutes. We should get everyone in at the same time. But also, there's a couple other things we haven't talked about yet. Johnny Carson with the death threats. Who knew this was going on?
I guess the FBI.
I guess we didn't either.
Huh?
Like I said, I guess we didn't either.
Yeah. The FBI had released a bunch of stuff.
What was that one letter? What paper was that in?
I believe it was the Post.
You think it was the Post?
I think it was the Post.
It's pretty much the same paper.
Yeah, but
even though
they're the same paper until you have to find a story that was only in one.
Here in New York, we got two papers that everyone pretty much goes for, the Daily News and the Post, and they both claim that the other one's evil and the other one's not. But they're the same paper. They're the same exact paper. But they're in major competition.
Look at Opie just trying to fill time as we scamper trying to find this story.
Well, whatever.
I got it. Page 99.
I just want to... You just got to read that one death threat letter that you read in the office,
here's
Bill.
what he got.
It was kind of scary.
1974 note from some guy in North Carolina talking I was going to kill Johnny Carson. He said, I have nothing to lose. I will be in Hollywood to carry out the threat if the money is not sent. P.S. How is your wife? I am a homicidal maniac.
That's his P.S.
Yeah.
That's his postscript. Like he wrote it and signed it and then went, oh, yeah.
By the way,
I'm a homicidal maniac.
By the way, if Up Top didn't fill you in, I'm crazy.
Part about wanting to kill you and I have nothing to lose, I better put a P.S. I really didn't come across as a nut on this. I better tell him. Homicidal maniac. Why would you want to kill Johnny? Like, what was that? Comics? Bitter comics that got bumped? Didn't get the couch?
Yeah, I know. It could have been something like that. Because that is, out of all the people you could have killed during 1974, who would you want to kill?
74? There's probably a lot of, political things and, you know, Nixon.
Mike Douglas.
Yeah, he was a prick. I don't know.
Mike in Jersey.
Yes. Oh, Ben, everybody. How you guys doing?
All right.
Listen, the only airline that's allowed to fly over Cuba is Jamaica Air. So if you can get a flight on Jamaica Air, that's the only airline that's allowed to fly over their airspace.
Oh, yeah?
So you can get in, get out. It's beautiful. That's why I went down to Jamaica last year. It took all of 3 hours and 20 minutes to fly down because they can fly straight over.
This guy here is saying commercial flying instruments can fly over Cuba. They provide permission to commercial flights as well as IFR instrument non-commercial. I'm a pilot. Take care, Nick the pilot. I'm a private pilot.
Maybe Nick knows more than I do.
And you can fly over Cuba with an overflight permit. You have to pay fees to the Cuban government. I fly to the Caymans all the time, right over Cuba.
There you go, then.
We learned something on this show. When people say this show isn't educational, I want to slap them in the head.
That's right.
So they're not worried about us spying on them anymore? Just get a permit?
Like, what could we possibly see there that we would care about? There's no Soviet Union. Yeah, there's cigar production. We got satellites that could zoom right in on that. Don't need the old, pilot in the U-2 spy plane anymore.
You know they have a park named after John Lennon in Cuba?
No way.
The John Lennon Park.
Stop it.
Swear to God.
You sure it isn't the...
It's a statue.
Vladimir Lenin Park?
No, it's a statue that looks like John Lennon the Beatle. And it has real glasses on it, and no one steals the glasses.
Really?
Yeah, I learned it.
Because they'll saw the hands
Does it say John or just Lennon?
I swear to God, it's a park named after John Lennon in Cuba.
Wow.
That sounds like
a little
bullshit.
strange. It's a bench with John Lennon sitting on it. It's a sculpture.
Really?
It has real glasses, yeah. I watched the Audio Slave DVD, and they visited the John Lennon Park.
Do they have a Ringo Stalin statue also?
And they were amazed that no one steals.
Quiet commie.
No one really steals the glasses. The statue's been.
Well, they'll be shot.
They're real glasses on a statue, and no one steals the glasses. Really.
Is that it right there, Hawk?
There you go.
A tribute from Havana to John Lennon
and the 60s.
How about that?
That's one of the great things about having a dictator.
Yeah.
Is that kind of, the same kind of fear that you're trying to instill with your shotgun out there?
Right, yes.
Is the kind of fear that a guy like Saddam Hussein. You saw him not even recognizing that court yesterday.
Right.
Saddam
Who are you?
rules now. I know they want to give him the death penalty, like they're trying to hang him on this stuff, but I would feel bad if they hung him. He's coming off as a much cooler guy as a prisoner than he ever did as a dictator. Now he absolutely says, when they ask him about what he thinks about the election taking place or the Americans or anything, he just says, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the president of Iraq. Like, he will not acknowledge that he is not the president. In his mind, he's still the president. He is going to be running things again. This is just a minor inconvenience.
What do you think is going through his head? Because his ego is like, there's no way I'm going down in this. And the person who's like, like questioning him. He's just thinking of all the different kinds of ways he's going to torture him.
Oh yeah, the torture chamber will open up, and this
I will light
prosecuting
his right
attorney
ball on fire while sawing his ear off.
When I am back, your family, the pain your family will feel. Like that's just his fantasy going on in that head.
You got to think in the back of the judge's mind, he's thinking there is a slight possibility that not only are we not going to prove shit, he's going to be the leader again, and I'm fucked.
Well, it's happened in the past. People have been exiled, and then a government comes in. They run things for a while. They get chased out by some fanatics, and the exiled leader is a hero. He comes back a hero, back in power. It's happened before.
He's studying faces in that courtroom
like
right
the
now.
Ayatollah Khomeini.
Oh, yeah.
He was an exile out of Iran when the Shah was in there. And he was our right-hand man, the Shah. Everyone thought that was going to go fine for many years. And then all of a sudden he's gone. The Shah comes in. He's the head muckety-muck. And we had no say in the matter. Who's to say that wouldn't happen again? And Saddam gets back in power, find all the judges, all those prosecuting attorneys, and just imagine the bloodshed.
Are they really going to put... who's going to kill him?
Whatever wheels of justice they got over there.
So it's the Iraqi government.
The Iraqi government. But he's just coming across as a very fun guy now. He won't even acknowledge the court by giving his name. They ask him, "What's your name?" He doesn't talk.
He goes, "You know who I am."
Yeah, you know who I am.
John Wayne swagger.
Yeah. You know who I am.
And I know
What's
who
your
you
name?
are.
They asked him 8 times before they had to tell him just sit down.
He said. Yeah, you know who I am. He said, "Who are you?"
Who are you?
That's exactly what's
I
going
want
on
your
in his
name, Buster.
Right.
He's like got a little pad. What's your name? I'm writing this down.
How many family members do you have that I am going to rape and torture?
All right. Why don't we get the girls in here? Gamefly.com as we get the gang. Get everybody in here that needs to still
Yeah, he goes, first
come
of
on
all,
the show.
when they asked him what his name was, he goes, first of all, who are you and what are you?
What are you? Yeah, he wants to know this guy's position. I didn't appoint you, so
what
you
are
obviously
you
aren't
fucking peasant.
Yeah.
Think I don't have some mustard gas laying around there, buddy? I'm going to lob on you in your fucking hut the second this shit is over.
As soon as this inconvenience is over.
Oh, if I was that judge, they'd have to reassure me every 5 seconds. I'd have George Bush on. You're going to kill this guy, right?
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We got freedom. We're staying the course.
We don't abandon countries.
We're not going to leave. We're going to stay the course, and this action's going to...
Are you sure of this? Because he looks very angry at me. What's your name? What do you do? They dug him out of a hole. He's pissed.
Who are you and what are you?
All right.
What are you?
It's Gamefly.com as Dee Dee makes her way into the studio.
I love it.
Hey, Dee Dee.
Love the
Dee Dee, why don't you do the Gamefly.com live read? Because, our listeners have heard us do it many, many times, and we can't vary the reading anymore.
Dee Dee, please.
I'm gonna fuck it up though.
No.
Do you like video games, Dee Dee?
Um.
What's your favorite video game?
What is that one with
the
girl that...
the one where the girl passes out and marries some guy?
No, she comes out of the car and she goes, "What the fuck you doing?" or something like that. What is that called?
Grand Theft Auto?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like Grand
I
Theft
thought it
Auto.
was Asteroids.
That was a...
Oh, Asteroids?
That was an
Yeah,
Asteroid?
that was an Asteroid.
That was a great description of Grand Theft Auto, by the way. Very nice.
Sorry.
No, it was good.
Am I supposed to spell that out?
Just read it cold. You're a professional.
I know, but I'm
Just
a
do
little
a cold read.
Let's go.
I'm a little nervous.
Why are you nervous?
Because I'm actually on medication right now because I'm supposed to be in the hospital, and I'll show you the paperwork.
Wait. Is this anything contagious?
No, it's a kidney infection.
I think they're contagious.
No, they're not.
They are.
Only if you're having sex at the time.
Ah. Jerking off. I don't think that counts. Look at Billy's moving away.
No, I'm not contagious.
Can you ever have anybody healthy come in here?
Never.
Some urine-stained homeless guy or like...
It's never... Did you, you sure you didn't wake up in a bathtub full of ice with your kidney missing and a note that said get to the
I've
hospital?
had it for they first put me on Bactrim about a month ago. Didn't work. Then
Bactrim?
Bactrim.
Bactrim?
Yeah, it's an antibiotic. And then they put me on Cipro. That didn't work.
Oh, I thought it was salads.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be in the hospital.
What is it?
It's a kidney. It's actually a renal abscess.
Oh, I'm getting the woozies. Wait a minute. Wait, I feel all woozy now.
Renal? That sounds like it's part of your
Renal.
ass. What's
No,
going
it's
on
not
here?
anal.
That's a
It's
kidney
renal.
thing.
It's a renal abscess or a
You have an
kidney
abscess,
stone.
like
Anal,
a big
rectal.
You have a zit on your kidney.
Ew.
You have a kidney
It's
pimple.
not like a kidney stone or something. See? I'm not lying,
What am I,
I?
a doctor? She shows me this note for this big medical list of checked off
Actually,
items.
I'm supposed to go in. I'll go back and I'll go in and be on some IV antibiotics for a couple days.
In the hospital?
Yeah. So you can send me some flowers.
Okay. Well, Gamefly.com is a wonderful, wonderful website, right, Dee Dee?
Yeah, Gamefly.com is the world's leading online video game rental service. It's so easy. What?
Love your read.
Okay,
you love how you pronounce things. And I know I'm far from perfect, but Jesus.
You send a game
Did you
back.
just say online?
Online.
Online.
Okay, can I finish this?
Yes, you can
finish. Okay, you send a game back to the next game on your what? On your queue list. Okay. It's automatically sent.
Naturally.
Yeah. On your queue list, yeah.
Gamefly lets you have up to 2 games at a time.
Come on, stop.
Yeah. Games that you can keep as long as you want without any late fees. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
And if you really like the game you're playing, you simply click Keep It in your game queue. And you get the mint condition box and manual delivered to you.
Right.
Wait.
All at a great member discount.
Yes.
God, this long. Go to Gamefly.com/XM to get signed up. It only costs $21.95 a month.
Stop whining.
But you can start with a free 2-week XM trial. No commitments. You can cancel anytime.
Yeah.
Start playing the latest releases or games you've always wanted to play. You've always wanted to play, sorry. At Gamefly.com, there are over 2,500 titles to choose from. Xbox, PS2, GameCube, Game Boy Advance, /DS, I don't know. And the new PSP. 2 games at a time. No shipping charges either way. Keep the games as long as you like with no late fees. All the games you want. Go to Gamefly, that's GAMEFLY.com/XM, and plug in XM in the promo code box for your special offer, Gamefly.com. God, that's a mouthful.
I actually do that in, like, under a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry, you were interrupting me now with the thing.
No, we weren't.
that you were
We're going to have to pay them now.
Put the fucking lotion in the basket.
Exactly.
Well,
Let's
so
say
we
hi
have Dee Dee.
And well, let's say hi to Jamie.
How you guys doing?
Hey,
Jamie,
what's up,
help
man?
us out, man, please.
How much is GameFly paying for that? I hope a
I
lot.
know. I want to apologize
Well
to
done,
the
very well
Gamefly
done.
people.
No, I think
for
that's
that
cool.
read.
2,500, man.
Jamie's
That's a
the
lot.
editor of Giant Magazine.
I saw the magazine out there.
You've seen this with
We like Giant Magazine a lot.
with Love on the cover. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
How's she looking?
Really?
Well,
That
let me
good.
tell
Actually,
you.
when this magazine hit our office, we were very excited because we like Jennifer Love Hewitt, but I don't know. There's a lot of darkness in her photos.
I was
They
really
give her a
into
little
the
more
Jennifer
sultry.
Love Hewitt, a party of 5 years.
Yes.
Those were the good years for Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Oh, when she was 14?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem with that?
She developed early.
That's like a pedophile.
Look at me all defensive. Problem?
Pedophile with an attitude.
You
Yeah,
got a
what?
problem? Yes, so?
I'm taking appreciation to the next level.
You know who
Now
looks
she's
back, man?
good.
She's got a hit show. Her show's #1 on Friday night. Ghost Whisperer.
What was that one she had that just went right down the tubes right after Party of 5?
Oh, yeah.
She moved to the city and no one cared.
No one gave a shit.
Party of
Was it a
Three.
spin-off?
Spin-off, yeah. Party of
Party of
One.
none. Look how cute Sarah Silverman is in that picture.
Yeah.
Isn't that,
We ran that
you
the
know
issue
her,
before.
Bill?
No.
You don't know her?
No.
I thought
I know
every
who she
comic
is. I don't know
knew
her. No.
She looks like she has bad body odor, though.
Why?
I don't know, something about it. Something about when you see her picture.
Really?
Yeah, definitely.
The eyebrows are too bushy.
I have to ask her about that.
Really,
You
not
think
even-
there's too much
Dude,
hair on
she's
her
clean.
body?
I'm not even kidding. I know she's definitely hot, and she's a very good
yeah,
comic.
she's beautiful.
And she goes out with Jimmy Kimmel and all that. But when I see her picture, I just get this feeling that she might smell a little bit.
Wow.
Is that bad?
Like a patchouli kind of thing? Or are you talking?
It could be
BO?
that. It could be BO. There's something going on there.
That's a bold statement.
It's just a feeling I get when I see her picture.
Out of
Did
nowhere.
you see her one time at a roast and you
No,
hit
she
on
was
her
on
and
our
she
show.
shot you down?
She was on our show. She was very lovely.
Did she smell?
I didn't really smell anything.
So what are you basing this on?
Just a feeling
Is
I
it
get.
an ethnic thing with her because she's Jewish?
I don't know, man. There's something going on there, though. It seems like she might have a lot of hair.
Like you're thinking maybe Hasidic?
And it seems like she's fighting back a lot of hair all the time. Going through a lot of razors and stuff.
Well, okay, Jennifer Love Hewitt. I'm looking at her picture. Body looks really good.
Yeah.
But the shots are weird, right, Ed?
There's something going on with the grill these days. I don't know what it is.
You get that from just looking at it?
There's something a little drag queenish.
Yeah, it's called maturity, Anthony.
Is that what it is?
A little too mature for you now. She's growing up. All right, let's just fill out a little bit.
When they're just, I like when there's still a little baby fat in the face.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, from eating Lucky Charms.
No, man, she was great. She's great. She's a very sweet girl.
Yeah.
Have you seen the show?
No, I haven't.
She's so cute. I don't watch sitcoms. I'm sorry.
It's
I really
an
don't.
hour-long drama.
It's a drama.
Oh, it's a drama.
I don't watch drama.
I don't watch dramas. Yeah.
I don't watch hour-long dramas.
I don't watch
that
dramas.
insinuates sitcom-y.
People often mistake for sitcoms.
I'm watching The Apprentice because I was forced to by the big boss, Eric Logan.
Mm-hmm.
We'll explain that one of these days.
You were forced.
Oh, yeah, completely. I'll admit it on the show. Forced to watch The Apprentice and make believe I care, and we'll be talking to the next one that gets kicked off tomorrow. But I have to watch the show. You'll see why eventually. And then I watch Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, of course.
That's about it.
It's great.
That's about it. And hockey.
They've been getting some complaints about that this year. Saying it's maybe not as good this season as it has been before. What do you think? I think it's better than ever.
No, I think it's just as good.
Ratings are down a bit on The Apprentice, and Donald Trump was in the paper today blaming it on Martha Stewart. Blaming it on her version of The Apprentice, saying that it's kind of diluting the whole thing, and people are getting too confused, and she's ruining it for him.
Same thing happened with Survivor, and the reality was with this reality show, there were a whole bunch of other reality shows that came out, and that's why the ratings for Survivor were diluted. So, Jamie, what do you got going on in the magazine?
You guys had some tribute bands in before. I don't know if you guys saw the piece we did on the
yes, very
even
mad at
better
you,
than the real thing.
Very mad at you, by the way.
Why is it,
Brother Joe has the ultimate U2 tribute band.
Oh,
and the guy looks so much more like Bono than the two guys you featured in the magazine.
Really?
What page are you on?
What page? Look at this.
What page are you on?
I have to disagree with you.
But you didn't even see Brother Joe's band.
Page 42. We have a guy named Joe. He's the Los Angeles version. His band's called Electrical Storm, and Tony Russo is the lead singer of Unforgettable Fire. They both look exactly like Bono. They
Get me a picture of Brother Joe's lead singer.
These bands are unbelievable.
But boy, did you screw this up.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if you have a job on Monday.
So I'll fire myself.
Ooh.
So no, there's someone who can fire me. Don't worry.
Head guy over there?
Well, one of them.
All right, look.
So we asked them what they did for a living, right? Oh, look at the questions. We asked them all about,
Jamie,
Africa. And
I'm not letting this go. Come here.
Yeah.
Come here. I got a mic over here. You tell me that Brother Joe's lead singer in his U2 tribute band doesn't look just like Bono.
Oh, my God.
See?
That's him?
That's him.
Now, you should have...
You said you disagree.
All right.
Now
you know what?
I
I take it back. You guys are right. It's your show.
Doesn't he look exactly like him? Be honest.
He does, dude. He does. But these...
Can you imagine the promotion you would have got if you put Brother Joe's tribute band in this magazine?
I don't know. What's Brother Joe's band's called?
To You.
To You.
Yeah. Clever.
He's playing all over the world, my friend.
I like the questions you did ask them. What do you do for a living? One helps produce albums, and one works for Bristol Myers Squibb. Have you ever met your local congressman? Bono, very active in politics and everything. Joseph from, what is that? Electrical Storm?
Electrical Storm.
Electrical Storm says no, and so does Tony from Unforgettable Fire says no. But he did meet Chuck Schumer once at Coney Island Irish Festival.
Every person in the New York area has met Chuck Schumer.
Yeah.
I like how
he's everywhere.
The Tony Russo U2 guy, you can see he's totally like biting on his molars, trying to get his jaw to stick out a little further. Get the
biting his molars.
So we asked him, what does the World Bank do?
Mm-hmm.
They kind of help slug this one.
The World Bank helps countries get out of debt. Mm-hmm. And Tony said the World Bank governs world commerce. It sets the precedent for the world economy.
Yeah. Sounds good, but it's wrong.
Well, I think the first guy was a little closer.
Sure. And then the Nelson Mandela was imprisoned in what country?
Yeah. Well, Joseph said Uganda. It was held by Idi Amin Dada many years ago. And this other guy said just Africa. He wanted to cover an entire continent instead of just going for a country.
Yeah, Tony didn't know it wasn't. Africa's not a country.
South Africa.
But it's okay.
You and Bono are at a pub. It's your round. What are you buying? Joe said a Coke. No, actually a non-carbonated room temperature spring water. Oof. And Tony says a Guinness for him and a Chardonnay for myself.
Little fancy guy there.
Yeah, he is quite fancy.
These are fancy Bono impersonators.
Everyone knows Bono drinks the Guinness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you dropped the ball there. I think you should have gotten in touch with us and had you.
We'll do it next year. We'll do it right next year.
All right. What else is in the magazine there, Jamie?
So we got actually on the next page is a story we're very proud of. TV Bitch Boys.
Bitch Boys.
This is pretty funny, actually.
Always there when you need them, always there when you don't.
Yeah, these are like pussies?
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, these are TV pussies. They're
sort
guys,
of the guys that were always there,
Always there, but not as the man in the scene.
Yeah, maybe gay, maybe not. You don't know exactly.
Maybe gay, maybe not. Let me look.
We know. We
know. No, not Rusty from the People's Court.
Okay, no.
Rusty was all man.
He was definitely
all man. How does he fit in as a bitch boy?
Why is David on there?
David Spade?
David Spade in Just Shoot Me? He's a total bitch.
He was the...
You like David Spade?
Oh, I used to.
On
Saturday Night Live.
As like was it a kind of a thing, a sexual
thing? No, it was
thing?
just he made me laugh thing, not a sexual thing.
And Jim J. Bullock didn't?
No, Monroe, come on. Monroe's like...
So I'm seeing
How about Skippy from Family Ties. Was that any
Monroe is
gay?
Yeah, Skippy,
right.
Yeah.
Any traction there?
No.
Monroe, it looks just like George Michael to me.
I could see
a little bit without as much stubble.
Yeah, he's shaven.
Yeah.
I think George Michael adopted
in the Wham, during
Bullock.
the Wham years.
He was the early years, exactly.
And then the black guy from Designing Women, who was a real bitch.
Right.
Did he have any friends that were guys that ever came over?
He was the only man on the show, wasn't he?
Don Knotts.
Yeah.
Mr. Furley on Three's Company. What a fabulous character that was to watch. Didn't get annoying or old or anything.
You read
Skippy.
Read what it says over the Designing Women.
As something funny. Read that.
Was that supposed to be funny?
Is that supposed to be funny? Thank God I
Delta
proofread
Burke
it.
only knew how much he wanted her? No.
Is that because?
Come on, man. There's sex involved.
Is that because?
Oh man, you guys are killing me.
Is that because it's a black guy though, and Delta Burke had a big ass?
No, I don't know. Because
that's the only conclusion I'm drawing from that.
Man, alive.
Yeah, it's a rough room, man.
It's a very rough room.
Next page.
The next page we
Damone.
went through.
Great interview with Damone.
You can't go bad with Damone.
No, it was
Damone.
a great interview.
We had him on the phone.
Yeah.
Damone a little disappointing on the phone.
Was he?
Yeah, he kind of.
He's not bitter.
Yeah, no, not at all. I was hoping for more Damone, and we got Robert Romanus. We got this guy named Robert Romanus on the phone.
School teacher.
I actually read this, man. There was supposed to be... He actually did full frontal nudity in that scene in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and they had to get rid of either that or the carrot blowjob scene.
Yeah, and they opted to keep the carrot scene and throw out
I think that's what made it a classic.
Nudity. Thank God
they
did
fucked that decision up.
Oh, would have been awful.
Straight to video.
Damone. Hey, Stacy. Love the Damone character.
Now you
but
got the attitude.
Not so good.
The
attitude.
So
Isn't this great? Yeah.
And then we look at the cast of Alf.
The cast of Alf.
And the father turned out to be a real fuck.
Yeah, what happened with the father?
He's a crack addict and gay porn actor.
That's what he's doing now?
Yeah.
Wow.
A porn actor?
He was old
Gay
then.
porn,
Gay
Dee.
porn.
Okay.
Gay porn.
I don't watch gay porn, so...
No, this is how it's reported, making gay porn while smoking crack at the same time. So
of course.
He's got a
no other
I think
way
everyone else is doing okay.
There's no other way to do gay porn.
Willie Tanner's
You'd have to be under some
issues.
sort of
God damn.
Doing a lot of pole smoking. Thank you, Dee Dee. Appreciate it.
I like the pole thing.
All right, thank you.
We
Yes,
got
she likes the poll.
The other feature I think you'd like is we got the entire cast of pretty much the entire cast, 19 actors from The Big Lebowski, to talk to us about their experience on the set and how they all had a lot of fun making this movie. This movie has like gone cult crazy.
Yeah,
it's amazing the amount of mail we got from this thing. You guys not fans?
No,
I haven't seen it in a while. I gotta watch that again.
No, I love that movie. It's a great movie.
Yeah, Why do you think it's become a cult film?
Man, it's hard to say with these things. I think a lot of it is the dude, is the Jeff Bridges character. That guy's an amazing actor. He's sort of underrated. I think he just has great lines. Just every line is just quotable. So just guys get together and just quote it.
It makes a good
Anything specific from the movie that you can remember?
We got the whole thing about
He's just dancing around.
According to the Big Lebowski
great
alumni,
actor, great lines. He
Yeah.
said them and they were great. It sounded like George Bush.
Oh man,
we're sending supplies and cash.
Oh.
And also, you do a whole thing on the 25 scariest DVDs ever.
Yes.
And, the Halloween season is upon us.
It's your agenda for Halloween night.
So this is perfect.
Yeah.
And they're scary and there's.
Should we give away number one so no one has to buy the magazine, or that would be a bad thing, right?
No, let's tell them. I mean, do you guys agree with these? Texas Chainsaw Massacre, number one.
The original?
Mm-hmm.
The original
don't know.
Texas
Not the
Chainsaw
Michael Bay
Massacre,
remake.
The scariest movie of all time?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. No. There's a difference between blood and guts kind of movie and scary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could be scared. I'll give you the definition of scary movie. The Ring.
Yep.
Yeah.
Creepy shit.
Freaked me out.
You're not seeing any blood and guts in that movie, but just the creepiest visual things in there.
Yeah, did The Ring make the list?
Did The Ring make the list, my friend? If it didn't, you will have to leave.
You're going to have to go back to the lab.
Because that...
Here's why The Ring didn't make it.
Not old enough?
No. We did 3 issues before. We did Asian horror, a whole Asian horror roundup, and it was number 1. So we just did a huge
Asian horror roundup.
How did Phantasm get in at 20? Is that the one with the little sphere that would fly and the screw would come out?
The little orb with the pitchfork in the front.
And The Shining is 17. The Shining is 17.
See, you're a psychological guy. Like you need that's for you. Horror is psychological. Like
gore.
Those
little twin girls
too,
flashing in the picture.
I know. Dude,
horrifying.
That's more scary than the birds, my friend.
Yeah.
Bird's pretty creepy.
Bird's creepy.
But The Shining was scarier than The Fly, which you got at number 7.
Night of the Living Dead, very good.
Yeah.
Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. That's a great one.
That was scary. The one I wanna like. My favorite of all of these is actually 15. Is The Cube. I don't know if you guys ever saw that.
Oh yeah,
phenomenal.
I like The Cube.
Phenomenal movie.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was more your speed. My speed too.
Yeah, I'm not into
the photo shoot afterwards is great. The Lost Girl. Because they put her in sexy clothes, but you can tell she's completely uncomfortable in every photo. So they just dress her up. They dress her up in the hacky sexual fishnet, thigh highs.
This is like
a bra showing.
Photographic rape.
Yeah, exactly. She's got a look on her face like my parents are going to kill me.
She doesn't want to be showing so much skin.
Oh man,
she's huddled.
Bill,
in
I need you in
the
editing room with us on these pictures.
You
or
can't,
maybe
you
at the shoot.
You can't tell me that that's not good input. I mean, it's a little late now, so you got to go with it and be like, no, she was totally comfortable.
Yeah,
holding her knees up to her bosom.
Yeah, in the wicker chair.
Wow, we got
it left marks.
We got the story of Alf being caught in crack house.
Oh yeah.
Oh, man, it's going to be tough to read because
porn.
The left side is cut off. Mild-mannered Alf star Max Wright has been caught on camera smoking crack and making gay porn. And some of the most shocking celebrity news photos ever obtained by the Inquirer. Scenes from a porn video show Max with 2 naked men inhaling crack from a makeshift pipe, fondling one of the men and then having sex with the other.
Oh.
His life was so out of control that he didn't care about exposure to AIDS, said a former gay lover of the 57-year-old actor who's now co-starring on the ABC comedy Norm.
What?
We would meet twice a week and pick up homeless men, take them home, and pay them $100 for sex. Oh. Wow. Max had unprotected sex with me and with the homeless guys. and he did drugs with me and the homeless men. Max even agreed to let me film 2 gay sex videos with him. Oh, shoot, what did I just do? Thank you. Okay, they're both with homeless guys we picked up on the street. The ex-lover said he had a 2-year gay relationship with Wright, who has been married for about 35 years. And it goes on and on.
Who would think the puppet would have the best career, like 15 years later, whatever it's been? The fucking puppet is the one that's actually doing the best out of the whole cast.
Yeah.
Just an observation.
Very good. All right, so we got Jamie hanging out. Giant magazine. We really do like the magazine. Good. We beat you guys up a lot.
I know. I love it though.
But I
and they got Bill to bust my ass as well. I love it.
I get every issue. I think it's a.
I read this thing on the way to Seattle.
Yeah.
And Michael Rappaport, very dangerous look on his face.
Yeah, he's a dangerous
got
guy.
Some stubble.
We got David Spade for you on the page before. It's sort of the David Spade issue. Hollywood Minute with.
Wow,
as we all thumb through.
He is so uncomfortable. Dee Dee, you got a new radio show you're pitching XM?
Yeah.
What is it called?
We're trying to get a golden ticket.
You're trying to get a golden ticket?
Yes.
And what's the name of the show?
2 Chicks and a Dick.
Now, I'm assuming that's a play on words. It's not just going to be you two, as my mic falls. It's not just going to be you two and a cock. And things going on. Unless, of course, that would be like a rooster in this studio, which would be funny. 2 chicks and a cock, and then you talk, hi, it's my chicken. You know.
No.
2 chicks and a double dong would work.
There you go.
Yeah, but it's 2 chicks and a dick. Who's the dick?
Well, we have a contest for that.
You want to find a dick.
In search of the perfect dick.
For
your listeners,
you never really find one. It's just you two doing a show. And then the gag is you're looking for dick.
No, we're going to find one. We're going to pick one.
Find
it's
one.
not like you're looking for your news girl and never pick her.
Oh, the jig's up. Everyone finally realized we never really were looking for a news chick.
Got to move the mic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So you got some samples you brought in?
Yeah, I do.
Of what? The show?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's on the internet.
You two actually have been doing a show?
Well, the co-host, she's not here. She's filming girl.
I thought it was
Danielle.
you.
I thought me too. This is Danielle. She helps too.
Wait,
you help in what way?
But that means there'd be 3 chicks.
Hey,
no, well.
Hey, selfish, greedy girl with the mic. How about you?
Hi, Anthony.
Sorry,
Hi.
We met her in Washington. So why isn't she the 3rd chick?
No. What's your role?
She wasn't good enough to be the 3rd chick.
Well, because the show started in 2003, actually.
What, and there was a law?
No, we didn't change the name.
How about changing the name to 2 chicks plus another chick?
That's actually
right.
2 chicks and a chick.
That's good, too.
It's kind of like Stevie Ray Vaughan in Double Trouble when they added the keyboardist and they still said Double Trouble.
Not just double.
But you guys are the Opie and Anthony show, and Jim Norton's always here, but he's not in the title.
In your face.
He's not here enough to be in the title.
In your face.
Good point.
But he's not here enough to be in the title.
But he was.
He's a big star in Hollywood.
He certainly is.
And we knew it the whole time. That's why we never put his name in the title. We knew he was leaving us eventually.
He's coming back, isn't he?
So, Dee Dee.
You're a permanent fixture, though, on
Just
the show?
want to start the rumors. Watch the board now.
Permanent fixture. So, Dee Dee. And how would you describe, how would you pitch this show? I need a quick couple of sentences, a paragraph on what this show is about.
It's Loveline meets Wild On. There you go.
Loveline, which is like the, sex talk thing. Hi, you call in. Hi, I'm having trouble, blah, blah, blah. Meets Wild On, which is Paradise without Tara Reid.
It's with Brooke Burke.
Right, Brooke Burke. Very good. So, I don't. How do those mix? Do you go places?
Actually, yes.
You go places, and you talk about sex when you're out at a bar?
We talk about numerous topics.
They don't go places. They go places with their show. Right?
Right.
What do you mean?
Thank you.
You said you go places, and she said yes, meaning she'll go down some roads and some different topics.
Oh, she doesn't actually leave the premises?
When she said yes
so
to
how is it like Wild On?
It's nothing like Wild On.
No, but we do. I'll let you.
Your show stinks.
No, it doesn't. We do.
Yeah,
No, we'll be
it's like Loveline.
We'll do shows that
it's like Loveline meets a show that stinks.
You know what? It is so refreshing to be on this side of the pitch.
All right, let's
of a bad pitch. Now we know exactly what they felt like at A&E.
So how's the weather outside?
There's like a place, like, for instance, using this as an example.
For an instance. Here we go.
in Orlando, there's a place called Fair Villa. And I don't know if you know what that is.
Up until Friday, and then it's going to be flooded and washed away.
Whatever. So, I know.
There's no place for Phila in Orlando.
For Phila?
Fair Villa.
No, there isn't.
Fair
Okay,
Villa.
whatever. I'm saying it wrong.
There isn't.
Sorry.
Fair
It's a
Villa?
big porn store about the size of a Walmart.
Oh, a Walmart-sized porn store in Orlando.
True.
It
I'm
isn't?
from Orlando.
And
Are
it
you from
isn't?
Orlando?
Yeah, there's no
Me
store.
too.
There's no store down there.
There's certainly
No, there isn't.
We're not going online.
Okay, anyway.
Bill says you're lying.
So, like, we'll go to different places, like, example, like there, and
Total
do
bullshit.
our show from there. And, you know, if it's sex that comes up, fine, we'll talk about that. Like,
You're fucking making up stuff about my hometown. I'm sitting here just scratching my head trying to figure out where you're
Good,
getting this
go
shit.
to the internet and
No, we're
Google
not going
it.
to the internet.
Fair Villa?
Yes.
Who the hell would have a Walmart-sized porn store? I mean,
In the
that's
same
just-
place that
oh.
has Disney World.
Disney World. That doesn't
Swear
even
to
make
God.
sense.
Yeah, it
You must
doesn't.
not know your hometown
My
very
people
well.
from Orlando call in and back me up. This
O-Town is,
store does not
it's like
fucking
that.
exist.
O-Town.
O-Town.
Can we? You want to listen to some audio?
All right,
Sure.
let's hear
You
some
wa-
of the
so
show.
this is the intro of the show?
Yeah.
All right.
Guys' fantasies involve 2 chicks. Every guy in the world, it's that simple. What's better than 2 chicks? 3 chicks.
That's hot. What do you think, Dee Dee?
What? You're retarded.
Gosh, it's not your mom's radio show. It's 2 chicks and a dick. But it's kind of cute. Yeah, that's right.
But it has 3 chicks. It even says it in the intro.
And no dick.
And no dick.
We're
very
2
confused.
chicks and a dick has 3 chicks, no dick.
There is a dick. There is
That
a
is the most
dick.
confusing title for...
Get it? Okay. In
Even your
2000
production guy said 3 chicks.
How about 2 chicks and a hermaphrodite?
Right.
That would even be
Start with
closer.
that.
At least, yeah, start.
Ah!
It's a good start.
Okay, see, there's a
They just
dick.
make up shit.
We
First
have
about
it.
the
Yeah.
fucking porn store in Orlando.
There is. And
There
I think-
isn't.
Yes, there is.
Bullshit.
Go on the internet.
We're not going on the internet.
Where'd you grow up in Orlando?
I was like right down the street from Disneyland.
What a liar. What's the county that
It's
Everyone
fucking, I grew
knows.
up on Main Street,
On Main
right
Street,
off of
Orlando.
Elm.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone knows. He's said it many times
And
on the
Mrs.
show.
fucking Robinson, my 2nd grade teacher.
He's from Winter Park.
That's because somebody you are related to lives there.
Damn it!
Wow.
Anyway, if you Google it,
Too
it is
smart,
there.
Anthony. They're too smart. All right, go ahead, Dee Dee.
The dick, you know, Rick, his real name was Rick.
Rick.
He decided to move on, so we're now searching for the perfect dick.
Right.
How about
going
3
to
chicks
the-
searching for dick?
Very good.
There you go.
Hey, see?
But then we have to change our logo, and
our
opener,
website.
and our website.
So you just go with a lie.
Yeah.
Further.
Well, we do have a dick. He's the roaming dick right now.
So instead of changing the logo and stuff, you just leave the logo that doesn't apply to the show at all. Why didn't who came on after
Well, we
Seinfeld
need
went off
money
the air?
first.
Wouldn't that be good if they just left Seinfeld? Let's call the show Seinfeld
Yeah.
and leave the logo on just so it's easy and convenient.
We need money first to do all the changes.
Money?
We ain't giving
What
you
do you
money.
need money for? What is this, an investment opportunity?
What are you-
The Amway of radio?
You're coming to us for money?
What is this? What do you need money
I thought
for?
we're all just friends, and you came in to say hi. This is your way of asking for money?
No.
What do you need money
But there's
for?
a lot. That costs a lot to change, and
All right, we got it.
trust me, listen to the audio.
All right, we have another sample.
Photoshop.
What is this?
Go to
You guys-
Whackbag. They'll fucking
talk
whip you up a
about-
logo in no time.
You guys are
won't
talking
like
about bald men, Puerto Ricans with big dicks.
And Hootie from Hootie and the Blowfish
All.
in one.
Wow,
yeah.
look at you guys.
Oh, you know what? I got to talk about Michael Jackson.
Wrong track. Michael Jackson.
Michael
Wrong
Jackson.
track, OP.
I'm sorry.
OP.
What?
That's the other chick.
She's the co-host. That's not
Is she
here today.
part of the chick thing?
Yes.
That's the
And we can
fourth
call
chick.
her and get her on the phone. She's doing her show, so on another.
What show does she
Can't
do?
say right now because she works for terrestrial radio.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm here.
Uh-huh.
And you're part of the show,
Absolutely.
but not as big a part as Dee Dee and the girl that's on terrestrial.
It hurts my feelings. But
No, I'm asking. Yeah. All right.
She's learning.
She's learning.
She's kind of like Anthony when he came and didn't know.
Anthony never had to learn.
I
He
know.
just had it.
Well, there's a poll up already on Whackbag.
God.
Should Dee Dee receive a golden ticket? 75% of the vote is no, and 25% is yes.
They haven't even heard the show yet, though.
I think you should hear the show.
They're already voting.
I'm going to defend them, Anthony. They haven't even heard the show yet.
Oh,
Thank you, Opie.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Dee Dee.
Okay, you can
Thank
put it
you,
on
Opie.
Now show us your boobs.
That's cleavage, and that's enough.
All right. All right.
If you give me a golden ticket,
She wanted to show you her mole and her boob today.
You got a mole?
only if I get an audition.
This is your audition.
No.
You're
Give
living
me a
it.
Saturday night to prove to you that we can do this. One Saturday night. You're not on anything. It's for free. Let me show you that. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain.
But there's got to be some kind of angle.
Fine, listen.
Like, you got to do naked or, I don't know.
We'll talk.
All right, let's listen to
negotiations,
some
we
of
can always
the show,
negotiate.
Anthony, okay?
All right, let's listen.
Manda.
How are you?
I'm fine. Where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm on Route 1.
You know Hootie from Hootie and the Blowfish?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, boy, our listeners are going to get really mad at you, Dee Dee.
Because it's left and right.
It's a left and right recording. Your voice is in the right, and the caller's in the left.
Just go with it.
We can't.
See, some people
we really can't.
will only hear one side of this,
Yeah.
and others will hear the other,
Right.
and some will hear both.
Right.
But some will be very angry.
Just keep going. They'll get the point.
No, they won't.
Oh, come on.
No, Dee Dee, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
Oh, come on, dude.
What if she shows the mole? Will you then play it?
Doug Fisher from Whackbag. Dee Dee's voice sounds like the chicken in the German fuck video.
Oh, God.
Wow. Yeah, isn't that good?
Did he really fuck that thing?
Yes, he
Yes,
did.
he did, Dee Dee. Yes, he did.
Come on, just play it.
But it's a mess. Production-wise, I'm not saying you guys are a mess. But
By the way, Cape Fairvilla is in Cape Canaveral, not Orlando.
No, it's not.
That's
Yes,
what Mike
it
from
is.
Jersey
436.
says. Mike from Jersey has never been wrong.
Well, he's never been to Orlando then.
All right, here we go, Anthony.
They played a show when I was working at the Bayou.
Okay, what's up with him doing a fucking Burger King commercial?
I know. It's sad, isn't it?
It is. I see him walking around in it. You know what he reminds me of? The cowboy guy on Pee Wee Herman. What's his name? What's his name? Who did that? Lawrence Fishburne or something? Right?
That is so sad.
That's what he reminds me of. The cowboy whatever from Pee Wee Herman. That's what I'm thinking when I see Hootie doing the Burger King commercial in that cowboy suit with that guitar.
It's totally sad, but Brother Man got bills to pay, so.
I love it. Brother Man got bills to play. That's right.
Oh, my God.
You
Oh,
said
boy.
you said bills to play.
Pass that over.
No, you never pass over when somebody says something wrong. Let's give you a little radio advice. When one of the chicks or the dick or anybody messes up a word, you got to call them out on it.
Well,
and
maybe
just keep twisting the screws because that's 5 or 10 minutes less radio you have to do.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, well, they didn't catch it, so move on.
No, people are mad because they can only hear one side.
Is that what they're saying now?
Yeah.
Oh, I hate
We
that.
should have brought our audio from yesterday.
You need it in mono.
We need it in mono. Are you guys in town tonight?
If you want to pay for my ticket back, we already paid for a ticket.
Dee Dee said Booger King, and you also
I said Burger King.
You
Play it
also
back.
said Lawrence Fish Barn.
I did not.
Another person has you saying Lawrence Fishborn.
Well, anyway, can just play more.
Well, this guy wants to be the dick on your show, Ken in Mississippi.
Let's
Ken.
hear it.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to be the first to volunteer to be the dick for Dee Dee.
Well, you got to convince Opie and Anthony to give us an audition.
Well, that's what you're doing right now, sell the show.
We'll
That's
make sure
right.
you be a good dick.
We will give you some time on the weekend, but you got to have an angle. Like something else has to be going on besides the show. Like you do it with a lot of, I don't know, livestock in the studio with you. Or, I don't know. Think it over. You got to make it interesting to the listeners because, like, wow, they're trying out this new show on 202, but there's midgets running loose.
I love it.
Look at midgets. I know some.
But I'm just saying, like, come up with some other weird angle where people go, can you believe they're doing this?
Oh, we can do that.
And then they're going to hear, like, the livestock in the background, but then they're going to hear a cool show, and it'll all make sense. So come up with some kind of angle, and we'll give you a shot. If it's just you guys doing a show, but midgets running around, like, losing their minds as you try to do a show, now that's interesting.
Yes, it is.
And these are just quick ideas off the top of my head, but I'm sure you guys, if you have a weekend to think it over, you call us, and we'll figure it out.
And then do we come to New York to do it, or do we
Oh, yeah, you do. Oh, yeah.
With midgets here in the studio?
No, that was just my dumb
No,
quick...
we're going to come up with something better than midgets.
Yeah, that was just a quick example. I'm not saying that's a good example, but...
We'll come up with something better, believe me.
It starts the creative juices in your head where you go, okay, I get what they're, getting at here. Right?
Creative juices.
Creative juices are now
flowing.
Creative
juices flowing.
That's
we'll
right.
come up with something better than midget.
We love when juices are flowing. Let's say hi to Harry in Buffalo. Harry!
Does he want to be a dick?
Hey, what's happening, guys?
What's up, Harry?
I'll be a dick on our show, too, but anyways, I got a call and a tag from Whack Bags.
Yeah, go ahead, Harry.
You got Bubba Bo on XM 171 on the Midnight to 5 show, talking smack about O&A, and they got 6 listeners and this and that, and Whack Bag, between all the Whack Baggers, they got a collective IQ of 68.
Well, that's true, but...
Yeah, well...
So anyways, you can reach them at 888-860-8785.
All right, well, we got to hear some audio. I don't want to take your word for it because you sound like you're a little left of center.
Like Tippy Tom.
Right. We only got that much time left? We got to thank the 2 chicks.
2chicksandadick.com, all spelled out.
Oh. All right, very good. This is an ongoing thing. And Jamie from Giant Magazine, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
We love Giant Magazine.
Great.
Go pick it up on newsstands. BillBird.com. He's going on a tour. BillBird.com
Monster
for
tour,
info.
yeah.
That's it. Party is over. Everybody go home.
The Opie and Anthony Show.